everyone and welcome to Study in Poland online education fair. And today we dedicate our event to the region of Georgia and Armenia. These are the countries where more and more students each year choose to study in Poland, and today we are here for you, and we are glad to greet you here, and we hope that this event will be very useful for you. So what we are going to offer. First of all, the most important area of our virtual platform today, of our virtual event today, is the expo area. You have there over 30 booths of different Polish universities where their representatives are eager to talk to you, so please visit them, just take a look what we have to offer. These are the universities from absolutely different fields of studies, so no matter if you would like to study something technical or probably medicine or some humanities, there is plenty to offer. There is plenty to choose from, so you are welcome to visit our expo area and visit the booths of the participating universities. But this is not only this. We are going to offer you a very interesting program today, because at the main stage for the next 4 hours we are going to show you the presentations of the universities and also a lot of interesting talks. We are going to greet here the students foreign students, of course, who study now in Poland, students who have already studied here, so they are from Georgia and Armenia, and they will tell you about their experience, how it was to study in Poland, what it looked like from their perspectives, and what kind of perspectives for themselves they see from studying in Poland. But the first thing that we are going to draw your attention to is the recruitment procedure. And everything actually you have to know if you choose to study in Poland. But first, just in a couple of words, I would like to tell you why it is worth to study in Poland. And I will ask my colleagues to give my presentation to the screens. So higher education in Poland. More and more universities create a lot of different education programs in English and in Polish to attract a lot of people, not only from Poland, but from all over the world. So what is so exceptional, what is so good about being a student in Poland? First of all, the country lies in the very heart of Europe and is a member of the European Union. So being a student here in Poland, you are a student of a European Union country, and you have all the advantages of traveling around Europe, of making the most of different scholarship programs, and so on. So being in Poland, you are in the European Union. The Polish higher education system offers a really wide choice of universities in all possible fields of studies. If you go through the list of participants at our expo area, you will see that there are a lot of technical, classic, medical universities, schools of economics, and, for example, life sciences. So everything you may want to study is available here. What is also a nice bonus, a nice advantage, is that a Polish diploma is a European diploma, and you do not have to go through different procedures to confirm it. At Polish universities, you can study in Polish, in English. If you do not know Polish, you don't have to, or in some other European languages. Well, moreover, Poland is a very friendly and an open-minded country where a lot of people from all over the world come to work, study, and live. So we are kind of at the crossroads of the whole Europe. What is also a bonus is that costs of studying and living in Poland are much lower compared to other European countries. So actually, you do not have to think about the costs too much. Well, Just a little bit about the education system in general. There are over 330 higher education establishments at the moment. They are both state and private, and what I would like to draw your attention to is that a private school doesn't mean a worse one, because we have a lot of high quality private schools that offer absolutely amazing education programs. There are really hundreds of programs in English, of course, in Polish as well, and in other European languages. We offer, as I already said, all possible fields of studies at the level of bachelor, master, PhD programs. And if you prefer, you can also choose some specialized courses, short courses, summer schools, language courses. Just the education offer is really very, very wide. Just to let you know, if you, for instance, fail to get recruited to university in autumn, it doesn't mean you have to lose the whole year, because a lot of universities offer 2 admission series for fall and spring semesters. Of course, the details should be checked at their websites, but this is a general rule at the moment. As per the levels of studies, of course, the first one is a bachelor degree. It lasts around 3 or 3.5 years. 3 years and a half, this is for technical studies, and you get the degree of an engineer. And later on, for master degree, you need 1.5 years for technical specialties, or 2 years. And of course, we offer full-time, part-time, and internet-based courses. At the moment, at the times of pandemic, internet-based courses are really developing. So this is something. This is the area that is developing really fast at the moment. And again, I would like to draw your attention to the fact that studying in Poland, you get a European diploma. Well, just shortly about the costs, because this is something that interests a lot of people. Education costs depend on the type of the program and field of studies. Of course, some unique programs, or for instance, double degree programs, when studying in Poland, you get the diploma of 2 universities at a time, will be more expensive. But basically, they are in some interval between 2 and 5,000 euro per year. And of course, if we speak about living costs, it all depends on what you can afford and what you are used to, because here, of course, sky is the limit. But basically, depending on the city, of course, bigger cities will be more expensive, but still, you will need from 200 to 500 euro per month. Well, this is just a brief presentation to let you know what studying in Poland in short digits looks like. And if you would like to learn more, you are welcome to visit our website, the website of our program Study in Poland, or for example, the website of our organization, Perspective Education Foundation. Well, we are now going to see a couple of presentations of the universities that are represented at the Expo area. And first, let us start with classic universities. Those of you who are interested to get some classic education in humanities or languages, for example, you're welcome to stay with us and watch the presentations. And later on, we are going to speak about recruitment to Poland universities in detail. So we are going to give you the information, basically everything you need to know, what kind of documents you need, when and how to start the recruitment procedure, how to start contacting with your university. Just stay with us to learn how to get recruited to a Polish university.
Jan Długosz University in Częstochowa, in short JDU, is a modern and dynamically developing university. Its mission is to educate students, conduct research, and commercialize the results. We are constantly developing our educational offer and today we educate students in all fields of study. We continuously improve the quality of education using modern teaching methods such as tutoring and distance learning. Jan Długosz University consists of 6 faculties: the Faculty of Humanities, the Faculty of Law and Economics, the Faculty of Health Sciences, the Faculty of Social Sciences, the Faculty of Science and Technology, and the Faculty of Art. It also owns a doctoral school, a library, a publishing house and a planetarium. The students have opportunities to practice sports in the university's sports center and represent the university in academic teams in such disciplines as weightlifting, table tennis and martial arts. Numerous research and educational projects have been conducted by our academicians, who often take leading positions in different consortia. We cooperate with many research centers in Poland and abroad, having a reputation of a reliable and solid partner within the fields of science, research and education. The university has several buildings in different parts of the city, with comfortable, student-friendly, well-equipped lecture halls and modern sports facilities. A student house located close to the city center offers more than 500 places for accommodation. The city of Częstochowa is situated on Kraków-Częstochowa upland, famous for many ruins of medieval castles, called the Trail of the Eagle's Nests. Częstochowa is also known for the Paulins monastery of Jasna Góra, founded in the 14th century, which is visited by nearly 5 million pilgrims every year. The city has got convenient communication links with the biggest cities and tourist attractions in the southern part of Poland. Internationalization is one of the biggest challenges taken up by Jan Długosz University in its general development. International exchange of students and staff is implemented primarily on the basis of bilateral agreements, signed with more than 170 foreign institutions, for instance by means of Erasmus Plus program and CIPUS networks. Studies, practices, doctoral studies, staff mobility and 3-month students' internships are the activities we may offer to foreigners. The university employs foreign academic teachers to lecture in Polish and English. JDU offers studies for Polish communities abroad and helps in obtaining scholarships to cover the costs of living and studying in Poland from National Agency for Academic Exchange. Jan Długosz University in Częstochowa goes beyond the university's walls eagerly. It organizes and supports many cultural and scientific events, popularizing the achievements of the university's staff, students and PhD students. It is an active co-organizer of Silesian Science Festival in Katowice and the main organizer of concerts, shows and charity events. The university's Students' Union organizes regular students' festivals such as Juvenalia in summer and welcome events for students in autumn. Our full offer is available at our website. Thank you very much for your attention and see you at Jan Długosz University in Częstochowa.
Hey there, my name is Ellen and right now we're at the heart of the UMCS. I'm going to give you a short tour of our beautiful campus. As you can see, we've got very good conditions to study. We've got modern buildings and modern facilities. The main library of UMCS and faculty libraries are the main source of information for students. There they can find materials not only in English but also in other languages. Behind me, you can see the Rectorate, the main building of UMCS. The campus is located in the heart of Lubin. From here, you only need 10 minutes to get to the city center by bus and 20 minutes to get there by walking. Also, there's so many bus stops around here. Behind me, you can see the basketball court where my friends and the majority of students spend their time. If you're a physically active person, then Center for Physical Culture is the place for you. There's over 30 sports disciplines which you can register for. If you miss the home meal, then Trójka, the academic canteen, is the place for you. There is also the co-working area where you can sit down and chill, do your stuff, and there also are so many events that are organized there. Around this location, there is also the grocery store, the pharmacy, and the medical center. If you want to register for the dormitory, then you need to contact the office for the Students' Affairs, which is located here. Comparing to the bigger cities, living costs in Lublin are relatively low. Also, according to 2020 ranking, Lublin was ranked the safest place to live in Poland. So, why not becoming the part of this beautiful campus? We are waiting for you.
me a tune I can nod to. Yo, I'm twisting the rules for the fire and the fuel. When I'm packing a punch and it's knocking my track and I'm not turning back on that.
Uniwersytet Wrocławski. Dobrze wiedzieć więcej.
My great-grandfather graduated from the Academy of Fine Arts in Wrocław as a sculptor. I'm very happy to be here, and I don't want to think about leaving at all. I have quite a few hobbies, but the most important one is art, especially drawing. I spend a lot of time scribbling in my sketchbook. It's kind of my diary. Ich bin Luisa und ich komme aus Lüneburg in Deutschland.
I had a fairly boring life in my home country. I came across a photo of Wrocław. The city of bridges, beautiful university, and most importantly, a great program of study. I thought this is place for me. When I came here, it was more than I could expect. The atmosphere in Wrocław is the best. Mane ismim Tatiana Kim. Man Tashkentdan, man Uzbekistandan.
I came back to the University of Wrocław. I am here for the second time. I made the decision after my Erasmus evaluation. I was looking for the master program at the university. Benim adım Yücel Yılmaz, Türkiye'liyim, Ankara'da yaşıyorum.
Before coming to Wrocław, I lived in the Netherlands. So when I moved here, there wasn't much of a cultural shock. Polish food is okay, and I keep hearing people go on about pierogi, but honestly, it's just dumplings, and I'm Asian. I did some research on the internet and found out that the University of Wrocław is highly regarded in the field of biotechnology. We do a lot of scientific experiments using some of the high-tech devices. ผมชื่อเซียแล้วผมมาจากกรุงเทพประเทศไทยครับ
Wrocław, Olsztyn, Łódź, Lublin, Częstochowa. So these are the cities where these universities are situated. Now you have some idea of what Polish cities look like, of what Polish universities, at least classic universities, some of them look like. And what should you do to become a student in Poland? This is what we're going to speak about now with Mikola Miałkowski. He is from Lublin. He's from Lublin Municipal Office, and this is the institution that deals with promotion and promotion of education. So, hi Mikola.
Hello, Julia. Hello, everybody. Yes. Are we connected?
Okay, we are going.
Okay?
Excuse me, I haven't heard. I think in a moment we are going to have your presentation. And how are you today? How is the weather in Lublin now?
Thank you. Can you hear me? Everything is okay?
Yeah, sure. We hear you.
Oh, perfect. So in Lublin we have really nice weather. Of course, it was very sunny in the morning. Now it's not that sunny, but we can definitely feel that the spring is here already. What about you? How is Poland there? How is weather there?
Well, the capital is quite fine, and I see that you are from your home office today. You're working from home, right?
Yes.
Okay. I think technical things are okay now, so probably we should pass over to your presentation, because this is the one of the most important pieces of information today.
Thank you, Julia. So I'll start. Once again, hello to everybody and welcome to a webinar about higher education in Poland. My name is Mikola Melkowski. As you already read in my bio, I'm from Ukraine, and 5 years ago I came to study in Poland. On my own experience, I know the process from document submission to the first session at the university, and I'll be very glad to share this experience with you. And I'm excited to raise your motivation to study in Poland. And if you're already motivated, since you are attending this webinar, I will explain the process for the admission, bureaucratic procedures before and after arrival, and give you hints how to study even for free in Poland. If you have any questions, please write them on chat, and I'll answer them during question and answer session. So let's go. What are the advantages of studying in Poland? Except the ones mentioned in my slide, like good ratio between price and quality of life and education, opportunity to travel to other European universities, participating in grant programs like Erasmus+, many discounts and scholarship opportunities for the students. There are also those that are not related to higher education. Poland is placed right in the very heart of Europe between East and West. As a European country, Poland is open to other cultures. Here you will have multilingual access to information about the country, about the universities, and really important, student status gives a right to receive a residence permit and to be officially employed. So students also have discounts for public transports, many other areas, cultural activities, and so on and so on. And here is the tricky question: why do Polish universities need international students? So the question is tricky. It sounds tricky because the first what comes to our mind is the money, right? But except that, during last few years, it became very clear that international students are bringing more potential to the country. They help to reduce labor shortages and demographic decline. And after all, they make culture richer. So let's talk about system of higher education in Poland. There are public and private universities, of course, and depends on the authorities. An institution of higher education can be called university. It can also be called university of a specific profile, economic or, for example, natural, a technical university, academy, and community college. So, as you know, in 1999, Poland has joined the Bologna system, and this is the system of higher education and academic degrees in Europe, and it based on 3 levels of education. Let's see these 3 levels of education. Study on bachelor degree lasts for 3 years, on master degree 2 years, and if you are going to do PhD, philosophical doctor, it will take you 4 years to get a degree. In Polish universities, there is a possibility to make a straight to master's program, which lasts for 5 years. It means that you will, it's actually how it sounds like. You start the bachelor degree, then you automatically go to continue your education on master degree. Interesting fact, we know that English schools are very common in Georgia, for example, and many candidates would like to study abroad in USA or England. While being a student of Polish university, you have the option to study 2+1 program. It means that 2 years in Poland, you will spend 2 years in Poland and 1 year in England. And one of the universities that have such programs is Vincent Paul University of Lublin. So how the study process looks like. There are 2 semesters and 2 sessions in Polish universities during a study year. Education is being conducted in the forms of lectures, seminars, practical classes, laboratory works. Students must take an active part in the lectures, so it doesn't look like the professor just gives the information. Students must share their opinions, ask questions instead. You can also receive extra points for your activity, but of course it depends on the size of your group and specific of the program you're studying in. Very interesting fact, and it was a big surprise for me when I first came to Poland from Ukraine, that study year in Poland begins on the 1st of October, not in September. The price of studying in Polish universities. Education in private universities is priced for all students, regardless of their nationality. The price is average 1,600 euros per year, and programs that are being conducted in English are usually more expensive, of course. But education in public universities are free for Polish citizens, and for the international students, the tuition fees are around 2,000 euros per year. But there are some exceptions. So there are some exceptions. You can study for free in Poland if you are European Union citizen or citizen of member countries of the European Free Trade Association. And if you are a Pol card holder, you can also study for free, and information about the Pol card you can receive at your local Polish embassies. You can also study for free if you're a foreigner who obtained a permanent residence permit or long-term EU resident status. Foreigners who have been granted refugee status in Poland, and as you know, now there are many students from Belarus who are studying in Poland as the refugees. And you can also study for free if you know Polish on C1 level and you have the national certificates that proves it. But if you are not listed in none of this, keep calm still, because there are a wide choice of grant programs and you can still study for free. But I'll tell about the grant programs a bit later. So let's talk now about the documents. What documents are required for admission to Poland? I will recommend to check the list of the university. I will always recommend first check the information on the university website you want to study in, but usually you will need the signed and completed questionnaire, which you can receive again on the website of the university. Second is certificate of basic general secondary education with an apostille. And third, applicants applying for a master's degree, of course, must enclose the diploma of basic higher education, which means the bachelor degree diploma with an apostille. Also, you will need, and this rule is universal for all the universities, you will always need a copy of your passport, of course. You will need a copy of insurance, and we will talk later about the insurance for the duration of the study. And you will need insurance in the visa centers, on the border. You will also need certificate of language knowledge. And if you're under 18 years old, parental consent for underage students. And confirmation of payment of the entrance. It's around, usually it's around 85 zlotych, so in euros, 20 zloty, 20 euros in euros. If you would like to study in Polish language, you need to know the language at least B1 or B2 level. And depending on the university again, you will have to confirm it with this certificate, internal exam, or the interview. In situations where the candidate does not speak Polish but still wants to apply, we recommend using intensive language courses organized by Polish universities. If you have been following the instructions correctly and did everything right, then university will send the official confirmation of enrollment by regular mail to your home address. And this document is crucially important because on its basis, you can get a student's visa. And remember, in Europe's higher education system, particularly in Poland, there is no such thing as informal payments for crediting a test or exam during a session. Universities in Poland do not raise the price for education during studies, and this is quite important to remember, since if you know you're planning to pay this amount of money, it won't change during your studies. Health insurance system in Poland is based on principles of equal treatment and access to the healthcare systems for everybody, no matter you are a Polish student or you are international student. Health insurance is mandatory for all students for the whole duration of the stay in Poland. It is important to remember that each student coming to Poland for studies will be asked to show a proof of health insurance upon arrival. International students are also advised to purchase third parties liability insurance and accident insurance in their home countries. And if you're not from European Union, if you're a non-EU citizen, you can sign a health insurance agreement with the National Health Fund. So how to sign the contract with National Health Fund? First, you will need to take the document from Dean's office confirming that you are a student. Then you should contact the relevant Department of National Health Fund with the following documents: confirmation of student status, your student's ID card, and your passport with a current visa or residence permit. National Health Fund will fill the application for voluntarily insurance. Come to the branch on the appointment day to sign the volunteer insurance contract. Some time ago, this procedure looked really complicated. It was long. You had to wait for a long time. You couldn't have information in English. But for now, and that's true, for now the procedure looks very fast, very easy. There is also the office you can call and you can ask everything in English, so you won't have any problems with this. Oh, I just missed a really important piece of information. A student who has signed a health insurance contract and pays contributions on time is entitled to use medical services in Poland, of course. And you will have to pay around 50 zlotych, it's like 50 zlotych per month. And when you will contact the doctor, you must have a contract with ZUS and proof of payment for the last month. And of course, you can also insure in private medical companies, because I was describing this national medical insurance, but you can also insure in private medical companies. You can choose different package of services depending on your needs and financial capabilities. Now, let's imagine that you are already a student and you came to Poland. Now, what you will have to do in the first place after arrival? Since 2018, every foreigner in Poland is obligated to register her or his address in the proper district office. PESEL is the national identification number used in Poland since 1979. The PESEL number is mandatory for all permanent residents of Poland and for temporary residents living in Poland for over 30 days. So even if you're coming to Poland for more than 30 days, it's mandatory for you to have the PESEL number. So Also, in a nutshell, the PESEL number will be crucial when it comes to your work life. Actually, you will need it many times, but talking about the work life, you can be hired without the PESEL number. However, the employer will need it at some point to fulfill their obligations of paying your insurance and your taxes, and they will need to have your PESEL number to do so. Of course, you can receive PESEL number, and it's free of charge. You don't have to pay anything. And for example, in Lublin, here we have a really nice office. It calls BOM, Biuro Obsługi Mieszkańców. It's only for foreigners, international students as well, and you can everybody, most of employees in this office, they speak English, Russian, Ukrainian, many languages. So it won't be a problem for you to take a PESEL, I guess. Next step you will need to do after your arrival is to register your address of residence. Within 4 days of entry to Poland and moving into a place of residence, it could be a dormitory or a private flat, international students have to register at the city office. And documents that are required for this process are registration form, which should be completed and signed by the student and dormitory manager. But if you're living in the private flat, you will have to show the rental agreement. Second document is valid ID card or passport. And the third one is document authorizing you to legally stay in Poland. It's your visa, residence permit card, a decision of residence permit for a specific period of time. You can always book an appointment online on the city office residence service center website. So at this point, I would like to summarize. We went through very generous but basic requirements that you will face before and after arrival to Poland. Now, since you know that I'm from Poland and from Lublin, I would like to tell more about Lublin. Maybe you'll be interested to study in other universities. So in Lublin, we have 5 public universities. Which are Marii Curie-Skłodowskiej University in Lublin, John Paul II Catholic University in Lublin, Lublin University of Technology, the University of Life Sciences in Lublin, and the Medical University in Lublin, and private universities in Lublin. As I said before, and you remember the difference between public and private universities, I guess. Private universities in Lublin are the University College of Enterprise and Administration in Lublin, University of Economics and Innovation in Lublin, Vincent Paul University, and Higher School of Social Sciences. And yes, I think, yes, I told you about this already. So, as I promised at the beginning of the presentation, I will tell you how to study for free, what are the scholarship possibilities, maybe grant programs. The first program I would like to tell you about is the Lane Kirkland Scholarship Program. And the main objective of this program is to share Polish experiences in economic, social and political sciences, transformations with the frameworks of a 2-semester extended study program. And this scholarship includes 1,750 zlotych for 9 months, education-related cost, accommodation in Poland, where you live, return ticket, and academic materials for books and for everything you need. More information about the recruitment process, application deadlines, responsibilities, and amount of scholarship you can find on their webpage, kirklandedu.pl. But also, I would like to mention that you can feel free to reach me if you will have any questions about the presentation, or for example, you'll be interested in something and you would like to know more about this. Feel free to reach me at the end of this presentation. We will have contacts. Mm, the one we are really proud of in Lublin, the John Paul Secondary Foundation Scholarship. Of course, it's only for students who are going to study in Lublin. More than that, who will study in Catholic University of Lublin. You can understand from the name of the scholarship. And what is this scholarship is about? The foundation covers accommodation in the John Paul Secondary Foundation House for men, or a residence hall of the Catholic University of Lublin for women, administration fees, living expenses, and minor personal expenses. And these scholarships from John Paul Secondary Foundation scholarship is you will receive it for 9 months. So during the summer you have to work, but I would really recommend you this scholarship. It's really nice, it's really comfortable, and I have many friends who actually took part in this scholarship, and they're very happy. And it was a really nice experience of their students' academic life. So here you can see the contacts, the email or the website. Government or non-governmental or non-government scholarship programs. And the next one, and we are also proud, I told that we are proud about the previous scholarship, but we are very proud of this one as well, is called Municipal Scholarship Program of Mayor of Lublin. And this scholarship is aimed at students of first or second degree and PhD students of full-time studies who in the last 2 academic years before applying to the scholarship conducted scientific or artistic activity which might contribute to the development of Lublin and the region or make a significant contribution to development of science. So basically, if the student is writing his thesis or let's say a scientific project about the Lublin, he can have the he can use this scholarship. NAWA scholarship, NAWA Narodowa Agencja Wymiany Akademickiej. I would also recommend you to check their website. This is very powerful, very big and wide program with a lot of possibilities. Full tuition waiver scholarship for international students on UMCS. UMCS is Marie Curie Skłodowska University in Lublin. So now in 2020, UMCS launches the 3rd edition of this program for international students who are interested in studying in Poland and eager to apply for academic courses with the full tuition waiver. Within the framework of the above mentioned initiative prepared by the University of Marie Curie Skłodowska, each of 12 faculties provides places with the full tuition waiver scholarships. And you can also see the contacts to this scholarship and read more about it. So I think it's just perfect with the time. It took me 20 minutes. I would like to thank you for the attention. And of course, if you have any questions, as I said before, feel free to reach me. Here is my name, Mykola Mielkowski, my email, and I would recommend you to visit our webpage, studentlublin.eu. There you can find a lot of interesting information about Lublin's universities, but besides that, also about the bureaucratic processes, about about what I told you about the health insurance, about PESEL, about all these mandatory things that you will face when you will come to Poland, or even before when you're just going to study in Poland. So thank you once again. It was my pleasure. If you have any questions, I will answer them later.
Yeah, Lublin is an absolutely lovely city in the eastern part of Poland, which is really very, very active in attracting students. And thank you very much, Mykola. This was a very detailed presentation, and I think now everyone who is interested in studying in Poland knows what the procedure looks like, what they should pay attention to, and just where to address. Yeah? You can meet the universities from Lublin that were mentioned by Mikola and other universities in our expo area, of course. And thank you very much again, Mikola.
Thank you. It was my pleasure.
As Mikola said, you're welcome to ask questions on the event chat, and we will have a special Q&A session at the end of the event. So if you have any questions regarding recruitment procedure, you're welcome to write them, and we will get Mikola back with us, and he will answer your questions live. Well, we have looked through several presentations of classic universities in Poland, and now let us go over to the technical part. Poland is really famous for the technical universities and the technical education. And if this is what you are interested in, pay attention to the next block. After that, we are going to speak to a very interesting student from Wrocław, who is already a PhD student at Wrocław University of Environmental and Life Sciences, and she will tell us about her experience as a student in Poland. Stay with us.
AGH, University of the Future.
Zaangażowani w wyzwania zmieniającego się świata, dbamy o łączące nas więzi, stale rozwijamy wiedzę i z pasją tworzymy pionierskie rozwiązania.
Passion, bond. They do help us change the future for better.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Sigdar.
Mustafa, Shakir.
Terme, Dervishzad.
Badiodesh. My name is Ricardo.
I study landscape architecture in University of Technology in Krakow.
I got my doctorate in physical chemistry from Krakow University of Technology just recently. Currently I'm teaching to the international students in English in this university.
I decided to study at the Krakow University of Technology because while living in Poland I decided I would like to gain qualification from a well-respected university.
Polytechnic University is one of the accredited university in Middle East. It's one of the university with good background and references.
It is awesome actually because the professors are very helpful, friendly, and I got the chance to meet renowned architects as our visiting faculty, and I have awesome friendship with some international students along with Polish students.
I found myself in a very friendly place. It means that my professors were very nice to me, the behavior of my colleagues were nice to me.
Everyone has a positive energy and they really help when you don't know something. So I really loved it here.
I like Krakow very much because it is a very beautiful city and it is full of historical places that it is really worth to be visited.
Here the buildings, the streets, everything has a story to say, and that's what attracts me most, and I choose Krakow in that way. And it is like culturally and traditionally very rich, and it has like sound architecture, and the people here are like very friendly.
My opinion for anyone who's going to think to study anywhere in Europe, Poland and Polytechnic University is the right place.
You should not hesitate. Education is still important, and wherever you want to go, having that level of competence will take you to places you never dream of.
Beautiful architecture, fascinating history and amazing location make Gdańsk a unique city. In the European Best Destinations 2017 competition, it was ranked on the 3rd place and declared one of the most attractive cities on the continent. Gdańsk University of Technology is situated close to the very heart of the city. Our scientists and graduates constantly participate in the life and development of the region. They are involved in flagship metropolitan investments. We carry out interdisciplinary projects which influence the development of modern technologies and improve life quality of the society. Research is often conducted in partnership with international consortia. A team of our scientists participates in an international project related to finding new methods of discovering superconductors. New electronic material, phosphorine, is analyzed to find out how does it react with organic materials. Gdańsk can become an important European center of implantology. In cooperation with business partners, we work on new dental and orthopedic implant prototypes, which are supposed to bond with living tissue as fast as possible and be industrially produced. GUT for many years has been engaging in projects concerning national safety and defense. These include anti-naval mine systems. The research conducted at GUT is concerned with creating an anti-terrorist shield, which is going to prevent explosive charges from being remotely detonated thanks to an electromagnetic curtain. We carry out research and implement solutions related to electrochemistry and corrosion for chemical and heating industrial plants. Thanks to our scientists, a generic drug for osteoporosis called Ostemax 70 Comfort has been produced for over 10 years. More potential medicines, including ones which could treat cancer, are in development at the university. Chemists cooperate with business stakeholders to analyze the environment, working on projects related to odor nuisance in urban agglomerations as well as healthy functional food. Outstanding inventions in the IT sector include a biometric identity verification and authentication system for banks, as well as CI, a device used to diagnose and in treatment of patients in coma and vegetative state. The immersive 3D visualization lab allows the creation of any virtual reality, providing applications which can, for example, support the treatment of fear of heights. 3-Star, an integrated traffic management system used in Gdańsk, Gdynia and Sopot, was created at GUT. It manages 160 crossroads with traffic lights and a few hundred public transport vehicles. For decades, we've been providing personnel for the maritime industry. Our students, future constructors, can test all ship models in a very modern ship model basin. The first independent student parliament in Poland was formed at GUT 60 years ago, becoming a school of democratic thinking for students in the whole country. We own a modern sports center, and for years our students have been succeeding in the Polish University Championships. The greatest successes have been achieved by the sailing team, national university champions, and the vice champions from our sport aerobics section. The legendary students' cabaret Bim Bom, starring famous actors Zbyszek Cybulski and Bogumił Kobiela, was created at GUT. The Gdańsk University of Technology Choir has been giving concerts for the last 50 years. Drawing on the tradition of great citizens of Gdańsk, including the famous astronomer Johannes Hevelius, we create new courses and fields of study, such as space and satellite technologies. They are introduced in close cooperation with business stakeholders.
All these universities that were represented in previous spots are absolutely welcoming you at the booths at our expo area. So you're welcome to go just to visit them, ask them questions, download the materials, and learn everything you want about studying in Poland, about studying technology in Poland. But these are not only technical universities in Poland. We will get back to the topic. But now let us speak to a person who is already going this way. I mean, who is already a student in Poland, a PhD student. So this lady has already gone through different stages of Polish higher education system, and she can tell you very interesting things of a person who has already been there. Yeah, and I would like to welcome Safura Reza. She is a PhD student at Wrocław University of Environmental and Life Sciences. Hi, Safura. How are you today?
Hi. Good. Everything good, thank you. It's very nice to be here.
It's very nice to welcome you here. You're a PhD student already, so you have gone a long way. So you've been a student at the previous levels. Tell us a few words about yourself, about your beginning of being a student in Poland. What were your first impressions when you came here, and why actually did you choose Poland as the place of study?
So, how to start that at the very beginning. So my name is Safora, I'm from France. I came to Poland around 7 years ago. To be honest, the very reason I came to Poland is because I met my husband who is living here. So it's not that I chose Poland as a destination for my studies, just family life. When I came to Poland, I mean, even in France, I was really sure I wanted to study veterinary medicine. So for me, the choice was pretty easy. About my first impression here in Poland, I was kind of afraid, to be honest. That was a new experience, that's for sure. So I was worried, I was afraid. I heard many things from my fellows here, there in France, that, you know, Polish people might be kind of closed on themselves, they can be a bit racist, etc., etc. So I was a little worried, to be honest, but I will always remember that my first impression with Polish people is where I get out from the airport. It was my first 5 minutes in Poland, and a really old lady looked at me and say, "Oh, how pretty you are!" So that was my very first impression from Polish people, and it only confirmed from my next experience that it's not at all what people told me. So, especially in the university environment, people are really open-minded, and I always felt at home here, so there was no problem with that.
As far as I know, you study in Polish, right?
Yes, I studied in Polish. I came here, I didn't know any word in Polish, but I really, even one word I didn't know. But here in Wrocław, in the Polytechnic University, they have a program for foreign students where for 1 year you study Polish. You finish with the B2 level. It's really intensive, so it's only Polish language for 1 year. And after that, I started university in Polish. The main reason was because it was free for me. I had to study in Polish. So.
As a foreigner coming here, did you have any language problems at the beginning? I mean, did you have any problem in daily life, even in Wrocław?
I wouldn't say I had problem. Something kind of amazing, if I may say, is that actually Polish people speak pretty good in English. I mean, I'm comparing with French people, and it's pretty new that French people don't speak English that well. But in Poland, most of people you will meet in the street will speak English with you. So I never had any problem. Then, for example, I was lost, or at the shop I couldn't find something and people didn't speak English. So even when I didn't speak Polish, it was pretty easy for me to go through the town, through everything. So that was surprising, but in a positive way.
I see. And what about the city itself? Just tell us a few words about your experience about Wrocław. What do you think about the city? Well, I wouldn't stay in a place which I didn't like. So I think if you stay there for your PhD program, it means that you like the city. But just give us some notion of what it's like.
Okay, I might not be kind of objective on this one. I absolutely love Wrocław. For me, it's the best town in Poland. I've been to many here. I traveled a little in Poland, and Wrocław is my absolute favorite. I love the fact that it's a really young town. It's a town for young people. There are many students, many foreign students, to be honest. So really, there are always something. No, with COVID, it's kind of hard. But before COVID, you always had something to do in Wrocław, and it's small. It's cozy. It's beautiful. So yes, I really like Wrocław.
As far as I remember, you were our inter-student in, if I'm not mistaken, master's category?
Yes.
In 2018. Just for those who are listening to us, to give you a notion, Perspective Education Foundation within Study in Poland program conduct a contest, a special contest for foreign students, for active foreign students who kind of build bridges between the cultures, who, let's say, promote Polish culture abroad and who promote their own cultures among their peers, among students, student community. So Sephora was one of our inter-students. She was awarded in 2018. Will you tell us a few words about this experience?
That was pretty amazing. I remember I couldn't believe when I got the mail that you've been awarded the Inter-Student Award. It felt really nice to be awarded for my work and for what I tried to do at the university. I mean, the nicest thing that happened for me actually is that the people at the university decided to send my candidature to this concourse. That was something pretty nice from the university part. And after that, winning something like that's something amazing. So
it's always nice to be awarded and just to see that what you do is really appreciated, not only by like your family and friends, but by the university community and so on. And what about your plans for the future career? Are you planning to stay at a university probably as a PhD student and a doctor later on, or are you planning something else?
I plan to do all my PhD studies here in Poland. I'm someone who loves to travel, and I would love to see to go abroad someday, maybe to see a new place, a totally new place. I still don't know where, but I don't even think I will be totally cut from Poland. Poland had been for me like a second home. So I don't think that even if I go for a postdoc, for example, after my doctoral study somewhere abroad, I'm 100% sure I will continue to work with the people here. That's for sure. And maybe when I will have enough of traveling, maybe I may come back. I don't say that this will not happen. I may come back to Poland because, as I said, now Poland had been like a second home. So I may return here someday.
And what would you say to a person who was considering coming here?
I would say that it's normal to be afraid that a new culture, a new language, new people, it always seems scary, but don't hesitate. It's a pretty amazing adventure. And I mean, Polish people are full of surprise. I would never imagine that before, especially back in France. I had another picture of Poland, and when I came here, I just totally fell in love. So don't be afraid. It will be a great adventure for you. There are many foreign people who came here. My husband also is from Afghanistan. He's a doctor now, and you can have all you want here. So really go for it.
Thank you very much, Sephora. This was really a pleasure to welcome you here, to have you here, and good luck in your PhD studies, in your PhD thesis, and in your future career.
Thank you very much. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you once again. We are going to have a couple of spots of technical universities. So as I said, all of them are waiting for you at the expo area. But if you would like to see, just to have a couple of views, to have a couple of spots, just to take a look at the following group of technical universities.
My name is Mohammed Adam. I come from Nigeria. I lived in Abuja for some time, then I moved to Qatar. And at the age of 18, I moved to Poland, to Kielce. And since then, I've been having good experiences here. I've been studying well. I've been meeting new people, different people. I've been speaking different languages, learning different languages. And in the university, they offer good knowledge, they offer good education. And now with the coronavirus situation, what happened then? We have classes online and we have classes in the university. The online classes are lectures and the ones in the university are laboratories, which are necessary. And in laboratories, we do practical knowledge are very important. Thank you.
A university of innovation. It's amazing that science and inventions feature in our lives from the day we are born. The desire to find solutions that ensure our safety and improve our quality of life is what drives research that positively changes the reality we live in. Water is an element we all hold dear. Water is life, and that is why it is so vital if a healthy human body is to function properly. Lodz University of Technology scientists come up with interactive inventions that will make our daily care easier than ever before. Truth be told, we are only limited by the limits of our imagination. In a favorable environment, the impossible becomes possible. Interdisciplinary is conducive to development of technologies that assist the progress of humanity. It's what makes new discoveries possible. Pushing back the frontiers and setting ambitious goals yields tangible results. Renewable energy sources are the future of transportation, and students of Lodz University of Technology have been working on making it happen. Eco-technology means thousands of kilometers run on solar power. Lodz scientists are truly concerned for the natural environment. Air pollution is an unwelcome side effect of industrial development. An analysis of the problem and international cooperation allowed scientists to create novel solutions to remove CO2 from the atmosphere for the benefit of the planet. Multidisciplinary science benefits us all. A carbon nanotube invisible to the naked eye, thousands of times smaller than a human hair, can successfully fight cancer. Scientific effort and long-term research improve the effectiveness of currently available treatment methods. Hybrid organs are not science fiction. At the laboratories of Lodz University of Technology, they are as real as the stars. Cell-based polymer organs open a new chapter in the quality of life of people requiring treatment and awaiting organ transplants. This is the cutting edge of science. Science turns today's ideas into tomorrow's reality. Flexible, wirelessly powered, energy efficient, and having a low manufacturing cost, electronic devices will become ubiquitous. This is where the tiniest detail and perseverance on the path to discovery are of the utmost importance. Is their paper so unique that it's counterfeit-proof? Is it possible to change its structure during the production process so that seemingly chaotically distributed fibers could be information carriers? Indeed it is. The innovation has a range of practical applications. People are not the only beneficiaries of science. Their environment benefits as well. The most complicated architectural structures can be constructed based on detailed 3D models. This helps to make the landscape of our daily existence original and functional too. There is something uniquely appealing about the revitalized structures. For a long time, the university has been restoring post-industrial buildings and converting them into teaching facilities. Students have also initiated a number of interesting urban renewal projects. Provided with a well-equipped creative space that includes a 3D cave and a multimedia lab. Having learned the ins and outs of character animation, a young person metamorphoses into a bold, self-assured creator for whom developing a computer game is just the beginning. Lodz University of Technology.
Здравствуйте, меня зовут Блажаев Антон, и я представляю Государственный университет Люблинская политехника. Наш университет является единственным техническим университетом в регионе и входит в десятку лучших технических университетов в Польше. Люблин – это город, который находится в Восточной Польше. Расстояние от Люблина до Варшавы составляет около 150 километров. Соединение с Варшавы с Люблином занимает примерно 2 часа автобусом, машиной или поездом. Так что проблем с коммуникацией никаких нет. В этом году наш город получил звание Европейской столицы молодежи 2023, и я думаю, что это может быть тоже привлекательным шансом для вас выбрать именно наш университет для обучения. Кроме того, Люблин – это город культуры, город вдохновения и академический центр, поскольку в городе находится 9 университетов, а мы, Люблинская политехника, являемся единственным техническим университетом. Огромнейшим плюсом нашего университета есть то, что целый кампус находится на одной территории. Студентам, если они живут в общежитиях, не надо ездить с одного конца города в другой. Стоимость проживания в общежитии составляет от 345 злотых до 500, это от 70 евро до 120. Все здания факультетов, спортивные центры, библиотеки, лабораторный центр, все находится на одной территории. Уже несколько лет вступительная кампания называется «Я у мамы инженер», и я думаю, что каждая мама хотела бы иметь сына, дочь, которыми они будут гордиться. Обучение в нашем университете для студентов-иностранцев платное. Оно составляет 2000 евро в год, но студенты, которые обучаются на польском языке, могут получить скидку от ректора до 50%. А кроме того, есть возможность учиться бесплатно после первого курса, если студент будет в числе лучших на своем потоке среди студентов-иностранцев. Конкурс стоит быть лучшим. И в этом году есть первые 11 человек с Беларуси и Украины, которые перешли на бесплатную форму обучения по своим достижениям уже в университете. На сегодняшний день в университете обучается примерно 8000 студентов, из них около 800 студентов – это студенты-иностранцы. Наш университет обучает на 6 факультетах: механический, факультет электротехники и информатики, строительства, архитектуры, инженерии окружающей среды, менеджмента, основ техники. И обучение проходит на 24 направлениях. Главным критерием на эти 24 направления будет ваш аттестат и знание польского языка, потому что на этих 24 направлениях обучение проходит на польском языке, и бакалаврат, и магистратура. Единственным направлением, где надо сдавать вступительный экзамен, будет архитектура, где надо сдавать экзамен с рисунка. Но есть также возможность учиться на английском языке. На сегодняшний день это программы только на магистратуре, на факультете электротехники и информатики, менеджмента, а также строительства и архитектуры. Здесь обучение будет стоить от 1000 до 1500 евро за семестр. Перед началом обучения студенты иностранцы, которые обучаются на польском языке, проходят обязательный месячный курс польского языка в университете. Он стоит 400 злотых. И с этого учебного года в нашем университете есть также возможность учиться польскому языку с нуля. Годовой подготовительный курс польского языка «Зерówka», где в первом семестре студенты обучают польский язык, а во втором семестре к польскому языку добавляется математика, физика, электротехника, профильные предметы. Люблинская политехника – это твой лучший выбор. Приглашаем в наш университет, и я уверен, что вы не пожалеете. Здесь вы можете увидеть наши координаты, имейлы, номера телефонов, а здесь наши соцсети, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram. Подписывайтесь, следите, задавайте вопросы, будем охотно на них отвечать. Спасибо за внимание, всем желаю хорошего дня.
A university of innovation. It's amazing that science and inventions feature in our lives from the day we are born. The desire to find solutions that ensure our safety and improve our quality of life is what drives research that positively changes the reality we live in. Water is an element we all hold dear. Water is life, and that is why it is so vital if a healthy human body is to function properly. Lodz University of Technology scientists come up with interactive inventions that will make our daily care easier than ever before. Truth be told, we are only limited by the limits of our imagination. In a favorable environment, the impossible becomes possible. Interdisciplinary is conducive to development of technologies that assist the progress of humanity. It's what makes new discoveries possible. Pushing back the frontiers and setting ambitious goals yields tangible results. Renewable energy sources are the future of transportation, and students of Lodz University of Technology have been working on making it happen. Eco-technology means thousands of kilometers run on solar power. Lodz scientists are truly concerned for the natural environment. Air pollution is an unwelcome side effect of industrial development. An analysis of the problem and international cooperation allowed scientists to create novel solutions to remove CO2 from the atmosphere for the benefit of the planet. Multidisciplinary science benefits us all. A carbon nanotube invisible to the naked eye, thousands of times smaller than a human hair, can successfully fight cancer. Scientific effort and long-term research improve the effectiveness of currently available treatment methods. Hybrid organs are not science fiction. At the laboratories of Lodz University of Technology, they are as real as the stars. Cell-based polymer organs open a new chapter in the quality of life of people requiring treatment and awaiting organ transplants. This is the cutting edge of science. Science turns today's ideas into tomorrow's reality. Flexible, wirelessly powered, energy efficient, and having a low manufacturing cost, electronic devices will become ubiquitous. This is where the tiniest detail and perseverance on the path to discovery are of the utmost importance. Is their paper so unique that it's counterfeit-proof? Is it possible to change its structure during the production process so that seemingly chaotically distributed fibers could be information carriers? Indeed it is. The innovation has a range of practical applications. People are not the only beneficiaries of science. Their environment benefits as well. The most complicated architectural structures can be constructed based on detailed 3D models. This helps to make the landscape of our daily existence original and functional too. There is something uniquely appealing about the revitalized structures. For a long time, the university has been restoring post-industrial buildings and converting them into teaching facilities. Students have also initiated a number of interesting urban renewal projects. Provided with a well-equipped creative space that includes a 3D cave and a multimedia lab. Having learned the ins and outs of character animation, a young person metamorphoses into a bold, self-assured creator for whom developing a computer game is just the beginning. Lodz University of Technology.
Hi, I'm Xiaoqiu. I'm from China. I feel here as at home.
Hi, my name is Frederick. I'm from Kenya. I came here to Poznan because Poznan University of Technology offers excellent education.
Hello, my name is Diana. I study here because the university is very international and diverse. I can make a lot of international friends here and develop myself culturally.
Hi, I am Muhammad from Egypt. I'm here because I find my ambition to develop my skills.
Hi, I'm Josephine and I am from Syria. I came here to study in international environment.
Hi, my name is Gleb. I'm from Belarus. I came here to Poznan because this university gives me an opportunity to work with modern equipment.
My name is Taiwo Akingwe. I'm from Nigeria. I'm studying in Poznan University of Technology, and this school is one of the best schools in Poland here.
I'm Martin from Israel. Apart from studying here, I also get to know the city of Poznan.
I'm studying artificial intelligence.
I study in the doctoral school.
This is my faculty of chemical technology. I study chemical technology.
I'm studying construction management and engineering.
I study architecture.
I study automatic control and robotics.
And I study engineering and management.
This diploma is recognized by employees all over the world.
At Poznan University of Technology, we offer high-quality education in a wide range of programs in English, 12 at master and 7 at bachelor level. In our activities, we pay great attention to internationalization, both through academic exchange and through joint international projects. Our Office of International Relations is doing its best to continuously support our international students. Orientation Day, Buddy Program, Intercultural Cafe, Savoir Vivre in Poland, they're only some of events we are organizing to make them feel like at home and integrate them better to our academic community.
Poznan University of Technology.
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 All these technical universities, and not only them, but other universities as well, are available at our expo area. So you're welcome to visit the expo area and just talk to the representatives of the universities. Download the materials. Make some interactions on chat, ask your questions about recruitment process, about what universities expect from their candidates, or for instance, what are the future perspectives after graduating from this or that university. You're also welcome to ask them what kind of programs they have, if you can study in English or in Polish, and so on and so forth. So many questions that a candidate may be interested in, and all of them will be answered at our expo area at virtual booths of the universities that are represented there. I would like to repeat that we have over 30 universities represented at our expo area, so plenty of them to choose from. Well, okay, we are now doing our best to get connected with the next speaker. She is a journalist and a TV presenter from Yerevan, but as long as we are waiting for the connection, I will not give you further details because this person is going to speak for herself. And now that we are waiting for the connection, let us take a look what other technical universities are here in Poland.
If I were to say what I value the most, I would say people. The people who have offered me a helping hand when I struggled, when I was alone. And interestingly, it is the chance encounters that influence our lives the most. What I mean to say is that when one believes in certain values, even universal ones, sometimes one doesn't feel being understood. And it is the compassion, the understanding that helps us grow. I was lucky, so to speak, because I have found it. I have found it here at the Salesian University of Technology. A lot of people ask me, how do you do it? Where do you take all of your happiness from? And I answer, it's simple. It is the gratitude towards life, which is why today I study at Gliwice. And tomorrow, who knows? The sky is the limit.
We are back to the studio and we are going to welcome here Yelena Chabanian. As I said before, she is a journalist and a TV presenter and a broadcaster in Yerevan who studied in Adam Mickiewicz University in Poznan. Well, we are lucky to have Yelena with us. We had some technical problems for a moment, but welcome, Yelena. Nice to have you here.
And thank you very much for having me. And I'm very thrilled and happy just finally to connect with you.
Excuse me? Just a moment. Well, okay. Elena, do you hear me?
As I know that I have to tell was my
Do we hear each other? Elena?
Just a moment.
Can you give me a sign that you hear me?
I hear.
Okay. I think we're going to solve this problem, and we will get back to watching spots of technical universities in Poland, and we will be back to the studio in a moment.
Okay, sorry, it was interrupted. Technical problem, as always.
I see quite many kilometers. There are quite many kilometers between us. Between Warsaw and Yerevan, right? And the internet doesn't always work correctly. How are you today?
I'm fine and happy to connect to you, and hopefully I will manage to tell everything as I planned, and nothing will interrupt our conversation.
Yeah, hopefully. Well, you are a student at Adam Mickiewicz University in Poznan. How do you recollect your experience as a student in Poland and in Poznan?
First of all, I have to tell you that it was a huge experience for me. Before that, I was in Romania, but this time in Poland, I had new, very fresh and very interesting experience. Also, good connections with intelligent professors and new friends. I would like to mention also about education system, which I liked the most. How they were teaching and how they were offering to students to explain our opinion, our knowledge, and also the learned knowledge and skills through interesting presentations. And many things I have learned, and I always remember those two beautiful and interesting 2 years. When I'm going to present on television, or when I'm going out with my friends here, I'm always reminding them about those 2 years which I had. It's beautiful, very also challenging, by the way, but very beautiful. Very useful, which I'm using also here in my broadcasting career. Some elements, of course, but also it shapes your personality as a whole.
Of course. And by the way, how did it all start? Why did you choose to study in Poland, and how did it change your life later on?
I have to be frankly sincere about this. First of all, I didn't plan to come to Poland. It was my friend's idea, just offering me that there is a good university, a very prestigious university in Poland, and just apply. If you don't succeed, it's okay. Don't. Everything is okay. And I said, okay, I will try. Why not? And then I had success. So I got email that congratulations, you have to study in Adam Mickiewicz University. And then I started to search more and more about the university. I was excited. These are not just simple words. I was really excited and happy.
So it was kind of by chance, but later on you were happy to get there.
Yeah, and I never regret. Still now, I have Polish friends and I'm still in contact with them.
That's what I actually wanted to ask you. Do you somehow stay in touch with your fellow students from Poland, and does it help you on a daily basis or probably in your work?
Actually, I have here work, but first, before finding this radio station, I was trying also, but after that, I had also the luck here to find new paths in my career. As my friends, I'm still in contact with them, and this is not only useful contact, but also it brings happiness as a person. Just simple relationship. Just to have positive outcome, positive opinions, and positive mood. Just like a person.
And what about your general experience when you were a student here in Poland? Did you, for example, travel around the country? Are there any regions that you like specifically?
Exactly. Of course, the scholarship and the university said that you have to concentrate fully on the studies. But I also used this chance just to travel very close to Poland, like France, Italy, Germany, and I think that's all. I had this short experience, but not for a long time.
2 years, it's not so much time, of course, especially if you have to study. If you have to study and you have a scholarship, yeah, you have to just be a good student. But
and also present all the time.
I see. And what, for example, so you say that you got to Poland somehow even by chance, and only after receiving a confirmation from a university, you started looking for some information. So you were not probably you were not really prepared, let's say, mentally for a new culture. When you came to Poland, did you notice a lot of differences? Was there something that, for example, surprised you, or what was absolutely different from what things look like in Armenia?
Of course, every nation has its own stereotype, character, and everything. Of course, there is something. But first 1 week was very difficult for me. It wasn't a cultural shock, of course, it wasn't, because I grew up in Romania, so I was used to Europe already. But of course, compared to Caucasus, I felt something is different. But I liked very much. So after 1 week, 2 weeks, I got used to the new environment, new language, which was the most difficult part, by the way. I couldn't use English very often, but after all, I started to learn Polish. Of course, it was challenging. So a student must focus on Polish language.
But did you have any language problems at the beginning, like trying to communicate in English with people, probably
just
in some other languages?
In the shop, for example, just library shop. But then I could use both English and Polish at the same time. So then I didn't have any problem.
I see. So when you mix the words, people understand you, yeah, and so on. Okay, so there is.
Yeah, it was.
Luckily, there were no. Luckily, there were no problems.
After 6 months, it was perfect. It was perfect. I didn't have any other complaints. So I was very pleased with my professors, with the system of education, also with Poznan, because I was used to the environment, also the weather. The weather was, and actually the weather is fine, because I liked it. It wasn't so hot, it wasn't so cold. Just like
but you had this. You had these 2 years of totally international experience. Does it help you? Does it help you in your daily work as a journalist, as a broadcaster?
Right now, I'm using the experience which I had, and also the connection with my professors and supervisors. And some knowledge. Yeah, only these things.
And what would you say to a person who was considering coming to Poland for studies? Excuse me?
Excuse me, can you repeat? It was interrupted.
What would you say to a person who was considering to come to Poland for studies? What would you advise? Okay, too many kilometers, and unfortunately the internet connection doesn't work smoothly. Okay, thank you very much, Elena, for your contribution to this event, for your words, and for the fact that you shared your own experience. You see, sometimes people do not really plan to come somewhere as a foreign student, but they go there by chance and fall in love with the place where they come to. Okay, let us. Hello.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And also, I have to mention that there is a difficulty with that. When I'm also connecting with my friends and professors, I'm usually having this problem. This is only not for the first. I'm already used to this.
Elena, were you able to hear my question that I asked?
Yes, I'm here. I'm here.
What would you say to a person who was considering to come to Poland for studies? What would you advise?
You will never regret. This is what I can tell, and you can have the chance to meet new people, very nice people, intelligent, new culture. Even if you travel within Europe, you must visit Poland just to see Krakow, Warsaw, and Poznan. These are three main centers, and also museums. And to relate with intelligent professors, you can learn many things from them. really, even if you have experience in Armenia, you will have new chances, new experience, and you will never regret. This is my experience. I'm not sure how it will be for others, and this is my opinion.
Thank you very much, Helena, for your contribution to our event and for your kind words about Poland, about education in Poland. And we wish you good luck in your work, and we'll hope that you will be in touch with your friends from Poland and just will only have nice impressions.
Thank you very much, and sorry for the internet connection.
Thank you. Thank you again. Well, let us just a couple of minutes for some more spots of our technical universities and the oldest university of economics in Poland. And meanwhile, I would like to invite you to visit our expo area, where you can meet the representatives of these universities, of different universities, over 30 of them. Ask your questions at chat, download your materials, and basically ask whatever you prefer.
Wrocław University of Science and Technology is one of the most important and modern universities in Poland. The university was founded in 1945. For many years now, the university has been dynamically cooperating with a variety of industries, in particular with the IT and financial industries developing in Wrocław. There are 13 faculties at the Wrocław University of Science and Technology, with approximately 25,000 students. The university employs over 2,000 academic teachers, including almost 600 professors. Students of the Wrocław University of Science and Technology can choose from nearly 80 fields of study at the bachelor and master degree levels, including a very large part of their education in English. Students benefit from over 400 classrooms and lecture halls, 530 teaching laboratories, and nearly 120 computer laboratories. There are 12 accredited laboratories at the university. Every year, cooperation agreements are signed with domestic and foreign companies, as well as scientific and local government units. The closest university partners include Volvo, Nokia, Microsoft, IBM, KGHM, 3M, LG, and Credit Suisse. Wrocław University of Science and Technology also develops international cooperation by implementing projects and agreements with foreign institutions. Currently, the university has signed cooperation agreements with European universities on both the American continent, in Asia, Africa, and even Australia. Last year, nearly 400 students of the Wrocław University of Science and Technology benefited from the international exchange programs, with over 600 international students coming to the university. Students are the most important part of any university. Those studying at the Wrocław University of Science and Technology are exceptionally active and creative. They operate in over 200 scientific societies, cultural sections, and organizations, as well as carrying out projects recognized in competitions held around the world. The car built by the PWR racing team successfully competed on the famous Formula Student racing tracks. Robots constructed by the Konar Robotics Society have proven many times to be unrivaled in domestic and foreign competitions. Also, unmanned aerial vehicles created by the Academic Aviation Club regularly bring back medals from prestigious competitions. The Scientific Society for Vehicles and Mobile Robots has been the European leader in electromobility for many years. The university also has its own television station, STYK, and a radio station, Akademickie Radio Luz. One of the greatest attractions not only of the university, but also of Wrocław is the Polinka cable car, which connects the Geocentrum complex with the main campus. Wrocław University of Science and Technology is not only a beautiful and modern campus, the university is primarily a national leader in innovation and definitely dominates in this respect in the reports of the Patent Office of the Republic of Poland.
My name is Joanna Reiche, and on behalf of SGH Warsaw School of Economics, who is the academic partner of the event, I have the pleasure to introduce you to our university and its offer. As SGH is a Polish university, I would like to start with a few words about Poland and Warsaw in general. Poland has a long and rich history with a national heritage characterized by a mixture of cultures and traditions. The country offers a diverse range of beautiful natural landscapes, as well as cultural and historical attractions. Polish people are famous for their hospitality, and Poland is generally considered to be a safe country. Warsaw is the capital city of Poland and one of the fastest growing cities in Europe, with a population of nearly 2 million. It is also the largest academic center in Poland. Warsaw is an exceptional place, offering a wide range of career and leisure opportunities. SGH Warsaw School of Economics is the oldest and the highest ranked university of economics, finance and management in Poland. It was established in 1906 by August Zieliński. Yet history and tradition are not the only advantages of SGH. The university is also known for its flexible class schedules, which may be tailored to the students' needs, undeniable high quality of education, and a wide range of successful alumni. According to Perspektywy and Rzeczpospolita rankings, SGH is the best economic university in Poland. SEM's Master in Management program, co-organized by SGH as part of the SEMS Alliance, was ranked at 13th place in the 2020 ranking published by the Financial Times. As a matter of fact, SGH is the only Polish member of SEMS, the Global Alliance in Management Education, associating leading business schools and multinational companies. One of the benefits of studying at SGH is the possibility of cooperating with the Partners Club, whose members include Polish banks, Warsaw Stock Exchange, and such international companies as Microsoft and Deloitte, to name a few. SGH welcomes students from all around the world. At present, there are approximately 1,000 international students at SGH. The university provides many exchange opportunities. It exchanges students with approximately 300 universities from 60 different countries. There are also multiple double degree programs available to students of bachelor and master studies. The educational offer of SGH includes 10 bachelor programs, 17 master programs, and 5 doctoral programs. SGH offers 4 bachelor, 4 master, and 1 PhD program in English. For those of you who are interested in mathematics and technology, I strongly recommend either quantitative methods in economics and information systems or advanced analytics big data program. Generally speaking, the applicants to bachelor and master studies at SGH are required to present 2 types of documents: the educational document entitling them to pursue first or second cycle studies, that is, a secondary school leaving certificate or an academic diploma, respectively, as well as a document confirming that they know the medium of instruction at a sufficient level. In the case of studies in English, the applicants are required to know English at B2 level or higher. The admission procedure is done entirely online. The applicants are admitted based on the verification of submitted documents, uploaded as scans in the Internet registration system. All our newly admitted students from Poland and abroad are invited to participate in a number of orientation and adaptation activities which are organized in late September. For more details on the study offer and admission procedure, please visit our website. I also encourage you to contact the admission office by email, phone, or on social media. Thank you for your attention. See you at SGH.
Welcome back to the studio. Just to remind you, a lot of universities are waiting for you at our expo area. You are welcome to visit the booths, download the materials, and ask the questions about recruitment procedure, about the offer, education offer, about the requirements, and so on and so forth. So you are welcome to visit our expo area and to talk to the representatives of the universities. And in a moment, I'm going to welcome in our studio another student, a student of a technical university this time, a student of Lodz University of Technology. Lodz is a city in the very heart, in the middle of Poland. Welcome, Karim Otrok, student
Hello.
of Lodz University of Technology. Hi, Karim. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you. It's so nice to be here.
Nice to hear it, and thank you very much for joining us here. How many years have you been living in Lodz so far?
Well, I came to Łódź in 2016, so
I
it's
see.
been approximately 5 years. And to be honest, it's been the most amazing time I have ever experienced.
I see. And what were your first impressions of the city and of the university?
Well, when I came to Poland, I had a chance to go to different cities before I come to Łódź. So I went to Warsaw and Krakow. So when I first came to Łódź, like I found it like it's a very small city in comparison to the capital city, but I found it to be a perfect place for a student. You could during the weekdays you could just go and study in the university, and in the weekends you could just go have fun with friends in Piotrkowska Street or in Manufaktura. And for the university, when I first came to the university, I was actually overwhelmed because like it's a very huge campus. But thankfully, like the campus had an international faculty of engineering. So in that building, there were, let's say, a lot of international students over there, people from different backgrounds. So there are a lot of people who are like me, coming to this country and want to meet new people and make new friends. So it was really great to have such a place just for international students in the university, of course.
So a truly international student community, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. International and from the like international from outside of Europe, and as well like within the Europe as well.
Well, Lodz is a relatively smaller city, especially compared to the capital, of course, because capital is usually the biggest city of the country, not always, but mostly. But still, my own impression of Lodz is more or less the same. It's very cozy, and there are a lot of things to do, a lot of places to visit, actually, and it is really very beautiful. Though I actually never studied in Lodz, but maybe still. And what about the university? Was it helpful when you came? What was the recruitment procedure like? I mean, did it go smoothly?
Yeah, definitely. The university was really helpful. Yeah, like as I said, when I first came to the university, I was overwhelmed. I didn't know what to do, but the student office and the international student office like both helped me integrate to the university life. So in terms like, for example, in terms of documents, they managed to do it. They just pointed out what should I do, and they just helped me in every single step. And in terms of integration, they have organized a lot of events to help me meet new people, to integrate into society in Łódź, and so on.
I see. And what about such an important issue as housing? Where do you or did you live as a student? Do you prefer to live in a...
Yeah, well, I live in a flat in Piotrkowska Street, which is the longest street in Poland. I had the chance to go into accommodation, but I have found out that the flats in Łódź are relatively cheap for a student, and they're quite spacious. Um, and actually, there are a lot of flats that are cheap, and they are really close to the center. And yeah.
So you do not even have to basically rely on the student's house. You can just rent a flat, and this is relatively inexpensive, even for students. What do your studies look like during pandemic? What has changed?
Well,
what does it look like at the moment?
Well, most of my studies are online classes, obviously. However, what I have noticed is that the university is trying to implement a new strategy to help students communicate better. Because, during the online classes, if you can see, in general online classes, it involves the lecturer giving his own presentation, and that's it. But I have noticed in my classes that the professors, the doctors, they are trying to make the students more involved in classes. By implementing a lot of projects. So when we have projects in these classes, I would be working in groups with other students, and it made it easier for me to meet new people that way, especially in these times where it is very difficult to meet people in person.
So I see that the university really helps and supports their students during pandemic, and your foreign students community is even growing, though you are kind of separated at the moment.
Yes.
I see. And do you try to stay in touch with your friends from the foreign students community?
Oh, definitely. I have actually made a lot of friendship, and till today I am still in touch with them. They have, well, passing through such an experience of studying abroad, it made a strong connection with them. So it's very difficult for me not to stay in touch with them. Especially for example, today, I have spent the day talking and catching up with a friend from India, for example, from other European countries like in the UK and so on. So it's really easy to make friends here.
The person I spoke to previously said that actually she came to Poland a little bit by chance. Was Poland the first choice of studies for you?
Well, also the way I have, let's say, decided to go to Poland is that because one of my family members were studying in the Medical University of Łódź, and he told me that there's a university here that offers mechanical engineering and masters and a lot of other masters programs as well. So it was also by chance, but to be honest, it was the best. It was really a great choice for me to choose Poland rather than another country. I felt like I am discovering a new culture rather than going to a country where I have a lot of information or a lot of background information from, let's say, from movies or series. So it was Poland for me was definitely a new experience for me, a new adventure for me.
Well, I see. Really nice to hear it that you came here a little bit by chance, but you really like the place and you enjoy your studies and you're being a part of the foreign students community in Poland. Well, thank you very much, Karim, for speaking to us, for being here with us, and good luck in your studies. We hope that pandemic will finish soon and we will get back to the normal style of life, and we'll be communicating not only via technical devices but in person.
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much again. This was a student of Lodz University of Technology, Karim, and now we are going to take a look at a couple of spots of medical universities of Poland. This is something new because there were quite a lot of presentations of technical schools, but We also have medical schools with us on board, and they are available also at the expo area, and you're welcome to take a look at what they can offer.
The Medical University of Gdańsk is a modern academic centre, widely acclaimed both nationally and internationally. The university provides world-class education and research. The Medical University of Gdańsk has been acknowledged as the member of an elite group of the best 10 Polish universities awarded in the prestigious Excellence Initiative Research University competition. It holds high position in the annual Perspektywy Educational Foundation ranking. Using the funds provided by the Foundation for Polish Science, as part of the International Research Agendas programme, we established a research and development centre which specialises in exploring acquired genetic aberrations as risk factors for cancer and other diseases. The Faculty of Pharmacy and the Intercollegiate Faculty of Biotechnology, a joint faculty co-hosted by the University of Gdańsk, hold the highest A+ category. Our A category units include the Faculty of Medicine and the Faculty of Health Sciences with the Institute of Maritime and Tropical Medicine. The Medical University of Gdańsk is one of Poland's few universities to be recognized in the academic ranking of world universities, also known as Shanghai ranking, in the clinical medicine category. Our scientists' publications are among the most frequently cited in prestigious journals and help to increase the recognition of Polish science globally. Dedicated and experienced staff and modern infrastructure ensure the highest level of scientific and clinical activity. Clinical teams at the university hospitals are able to conduct both standard and innovative or even unique medical procedures. Our scientists are successful in their research in the fields of, among others, oncology, genetics, testing innovative medication, or using biomaterials which are particularly relevant for developing new, advanced bone implants. They are involved in epidemiological studies, modelling of heart diseases, and paediatric oncology. Some members of our academic community are also the most influential figures in Poland's healthcare system. Their work and achievements are acclaimed and rewarded both at home and abroad. They are laureates of many important awards and hold high positions in national and international medical associations. The Invasive Medicine Centre and the Non-Invasive Medicine Centre of our university hospital jointly constitute a clinical and research complex, a unique facility on a European scale. The Medical Simulation Centre, equipped with the latest generation Phantoms, operating theatre and virtual reality studio, is where our students improve their practical skills before they start working with patients. The Medical University of Gdańsk runs a number of national and international projects. Transferring knowledge to industry and strengthening cooperation with the socio-economic environment make the university an attractive partner in both research and commercial initiatives. Outstanding scientific staff, major research and infrastructure potential, as well as talented and motivated students all contribute to the current and future successes of the Medical University of Gdańsk. The Medical University of Gdańsk, a world-class university.
My name is Faraz. I'm from Sweden and I'm a fourth year medical student here at the MUS.
Good morning, I'm Rawan. I'm from Lebanon. I'm a third year medical student at MUS.
Hello, I'm Miva. I'm from Lebanon and I'm a fourth year student here at MUS.
Hi, I'm Razan. I'm from the States. I'm also in the fourth year at MUS.
So we're having some breakfast before we go to school to get energetic before classes. We're going to take you with us on a very nice day at MUS and we hope you enjoy it.
So now it's time for classes. We have a lecture. We'll see you on our break.
Finish our clinical classes. We don't always only have lectures, we also have practical experience with real-life patients. Follow us, we're going to the airport right now and pick up our friends. What's up guys, we're in Pijovice, the airport of Katowice, and we're going to pick up Naji and Yazan who just arrived.
We'll be tasting some homemade food for everyone.
Nice.
So you got us some?
Yeah, mom sent some food.
You guys hungry?
Yeah, definitely.
Let's go eat.
Definitely. Let's go.
Just chill a bit. Everyone's gonna meet in City Pub. I just have to change and then we can keep going. Hello, so after a long day of classes and going to the library, the best thing we could do is watch a Champions League game here.
You know, the life of medical students doesn't have to be always studying. You know how the stereotypes go. It's a fun place to be in. We sometimes plan to go karting. Last time we went paintball. We have a lot of stuff to do.
And what's important, we're going to watch the Champions League final in Berlin. It's only 5 hours here from Katowice by bus.
The ladies are angry actually because they're not going to be with us.
We're going to go to another place. Maybe we can go to a picnic at the lake, or we can go to another city maybe. So it's fine with us. Yeah.
And not just that, if you winter skiing, like literally the mountain's about less than an hour away, and you can start skiing, if I'm not mistaken, end of November all the way until end of March. So I think being in Katowice, it's really great advantage and great opportunity because you're like in the middle of everywhere. Being here is definitely one of the best choices I've ever made. I don't expect this place to be different from where you're coming from, because at the end of the day, you're still going to study the same, the exams pretty much the same, you're still going to have to prepare enough. It's going to be exactly the same story here.
At the end of the day, you just made the decision of being a doctor. You made the decision of being in a med school. So, like, of course, you don't expect it to be a piece of cake, but at the same time, like, if you have the time management for it, then you can live both.
Exactly.
You have the hard life of studying and the fun time of studying.
Okay, to sum up, guys.
Have a good meal, and then have a good sleep so you can wake up early.
Have a good class.
Exactly, and have a good class to be able to focus with the doctors. Take care, guys.
quite close to the medical area of studies, but still a totally different field, environmental and life sciences. And we are going to see two presentations of the universities that specialize in these actual area, the one from Siedlce and the other from Wrocław. And after that, I'm going to have a very, very interesting guest, a lady from Georgia this time, a foreign student in Poland, and NAVA Digital Ambassador of Poland, a very active member of the Students' Club at Warsaw, at the University of Warsaw. So stay with us to listen to what Nina Lord-Kifanidze has to tell you.
Najbardziej mi smakuje zupa pomidorowa. Z dzieciństwa marzyłam o tym, żeby studiować w Polsce.
People is super friendly, the people is super attractive and super sociable. So I would love to live here for more than 3 years, of course.
I hear about this university in a study fair in my country.
I know from my senior, because my senior also as a NAVA scholarship program.
Uniwersytet Przyrodniczo-Humanistyczny w Siedlcach jest uczelnią publiczną, która od ponad 20 lat kształci cudzoziemców. Organizujemy projekty i pozyskujemy granty ministerialne Ministerstwa Spraw Zagranicznych, Kancelarii Senatu. Realizujemy kształcenie na kilku poziomach i w kilku odsłonach. Są to szkoły letnie, letnie kursy języka polskiego i kultury polskiej oraz programy Narodowej Agencji Wymiany Akademickiej.
Jest bardzo wysoki poziom nauczania na tej uczelni. Bardzo mi się podoba. Nawet myślę o tym, żeby tu zostać.
I think it is a really good opportunity for me to develop my skills as a scientist in here and also find a job and a life here in Poland.
It's a wonderful study. Yeah.
We are really familiar with other people.
I want to use this knowledge in the aid of my country, you know.
I would say that level here in Poland, it's quite good comparing to other countries like Germany, that it's one of the best places, as everybody says, but I don't see any really big difference from here and that.
Bardzo podoba mi się, bardzo fajne profesorzy, pomagają nam zawsze w jakichś naszych problemach.
Because this scholar gives us opportunities to share cultures, knowledge, general international knowledge.
You can get everything you want here, like the laboratory, in chemistry class and in biology class. Almost everything is nice here.
And over time, at least every month, I've been improving as regards what they teach.
I fell in love with this university.
Mogę powiedzieć, że Siedlce jest bardzo fajnym miastem, dlatego że blisko położone od Warszawy, od centrum stolicy. W Siedlcach też oczywiście są bary, kluby różne. Oczywiście chodzimy z dziewczynami na jakieś, uprawiamy sport, chodzimy na siłownię i mamy klub sportowy. Dostaliśmy takie karty, i gdzie mamy basen, różne tam gry w kręgle, bowling.
I like the lake very much, and in my free time, when I go to the park.
Pierwsze i takie najważniejsze zajęcie to akurat lektorat z języka polskiego, bo przygotujemy się na studia do Polski. Na licencjat właśnie bardzo dużo zajęć z języka polskiego.
Teraz mówię trochę po polsku za tylko 3 miesiące.
Ja na przykład mój polski zdecydowanie jest lepiej. Totalnie lepiej i dzięki profesorom tak, teraz ja po prostu nie mam problemu skomunikować tu w Polsce.
Dzień dobry, Siedlce jest bardzo ładne miasto. Zapraszamy w Siedlce. Kocham Siedlce.
Ładna, grabna, dziewczyna kocha.
I love Chelsea.
Realizujemy projekty roczne, kursy przygotowujące do podjęcia nauki w Polsce. Są one skierowane do cudzoziemców spoza Europy oraz do Polonii w ramach ich kierunków studiów, które będą wybierali. Oprócz tego realizujemy kursy przygotowujące do certyfikatów języka polskiego na każdym poziomie od A1 do C2, a także kursy, które są specjalistyczne, jeśli chodzi o język polski.
Jesteśmy profesjonalną, przyjazną społecznością i zapewniam Was, że kiedy skończycie studia, będziecie przyjemnie wspominali chwile spędzone u nas, chwile spędzone z nami i zapewne będziecie chcieli tutaj jeszcze nie raz powracać.
Hello, my name is Alexandra Winkler, and I represent the Wrocław University of Environmental and Life Sciences. I'm glad that you joined the presentation. I would like to share a few facts about our university. Wrocław University of Environmental and Life Sciences is a Polish public institution of higher education located in southwest Poland. The university is a specialized school with a focus on life sciences and technology. The school has a long tradition of 70 years of educational and research activity. Let's now move to our educational offer. We offer 28 programs in Polish and in English language. Both postgraduate and undergraduate programs are available. We are especially proud of our two faculties, the Faculty of Veterinary Medicine and the Faculty of Biotechnology and Food Science, because they are highly assessed both in Poland and internationally. 2 years ago, we started our international doctoral school where you may pursue a PhD course in English or Polish with a scholarship granted. Now more about our faculties. The first one is the Faculty of Biology and Animal Science, which offers 5 courses related to biological field. The Faculty of Biotechnology and Food Science focuses on food science, biotechnology, and human nutrition. The Faculty of Environmental Engineering and Geodesy offers 7 courses related to technology, engineering, and environmental protection. The Faculty of Veterinary Medicine is highly ranked and assessed in our country and abroad. It has a European accreditation, which means you may work in the whole European Union with diploma issued by the faculty. The Faculty of Life Sciences and Technology offers many programs related to agriculture and environmental protection. Now, I want to give you some more information about the studying process itself. So, the tuition fees. The tuition fee for veterinary medicine in English is about 4,000 euro per semester. The studies in Polish language are a bit cheaper. They are about 1,000 euro per semester, but of course you need to know the Polish language to study in Polish. As far as accommodation is concerned, we may offer you a place in one of our 6 dormitories. The most recognized dormitory is our Rai dormitory with average rent cost 150 euro per month. In Wrocław, you may find a lot of opportunities to rent a room or a flat. The flat renting costs is about 500 euro per month. The cost of living in Poland is pretty low comparing to other EU countries. Usually you need 500 euro per month for all your expenses. There are many opportunities to get involved as a student in our university. We offer a wide range of student scientific circles, sport activities, and artistic groups. And last but not least, why you should choose Wrocław as your study place? Well, definitely, it's a student city. 1,200 students live here. There are many cultural institutions, and it's a place where many well-known companies have their offices. If you got interested in our offer, please do not hesitate to contact us. Thank you for your attention.
We are back to the studio and we are going to welcome a new guest in a moment. This is Nino Lorkifanidze. She is a very active student. She's a very active person. Basically, she is a laureate and another digital ambassador of Poland, which is a very honorable distinction. An active member of the Students' Club at the University of Warsaw. So she lives and studies in Warsaw, in the capital of the country. And generally, she is the person who builds bridges between the countries, between Poland and Georgia. Welcome, Nina. Tell us a few words about yourself, about your studies, about your experience in Poland, and about your life passions.
Good evening, dear participants. Dear Mrs. Julia, thank you for inviting me. It's a great honor and responsibility to represent Polish higher education institutions today. As for my presentation, I would like to ask to present my multimedia presentation I sent. Thank you. Once again, dzień dobry, Gamar Joba. My name is Nina Lorkifanidze. I study Law and International Relations at the University of Warsaw, and last year I was chosen as Student Ambassador of Poland. On the first slide that you can see on your screen right now, I just decided to show you several basic facts about Poland, and also photos taken by me, which are pretty great proof that Poland is a perfect study and also travel destination. Main aim of my presentation is to provide you with information you can't find on daily basis on Google, because as they say, Google knows everything, but we Poles know better. So choosing a topic for this presentation was pretty challenging because it's really hard to describe Poland in just 15 minutes. So I tried to choose topics that you all would find interesting and focus on several different aspects, including culture, politics, bilateral cooperation, Polish science and education. So I hope that each and every one of you will find something that met your interest in my presentation. And in the end, I would also like to share my story so you can have some insight into the life of a regular Polish student. So let's start. At the beginning, I would like to talk about the Poles in Georgia. Polish-Georgian relations are deeply rooted in history. By the end of the 18th century, many Poles were settling in Georgia, having been expelled from Poland due to political activity. And Poles had great impact on our lives and left their traces on every field of culture, social life, and politics. On the next slide, you can see the pictures of places that combines this Polish-Georgian culture. For example, did you know that Rustavelli Theatre was actually a project of a famous Polish architect Aleksander Szymkiewicz? And the other Georgian sites built by Polish architects include Marjanishvili Theatre, the National Bank, Tbilisi State Conservatory, and even the Supreme Court. Also, a famous Polish painter, Henryk Hryniewski, lived in Georgia. He is the author of paintings in National Library of Georgia, and you can see it on the right side of my college. He also is an author of the paintings of Kashveti Church and was also a co-founder of a Georgian Academy of Fine Arts. And as some of you know, a newly opened Polish library in Georgia is named after him. Speaking of paintings, I think that the main fact about it is that two Polish brothers, Zdaniewicz, were the first ones to discover the talent of our great Georgian painter Niko Pirosmani. And unfortunately, as much as I would like to talk about all the great Poles living in Georgia, we don't have enough time. We're pretty limited, so I would just want to give you some insight on it, and I hope that I encouraged you to find out more. You can look for additional information on the webpage of Polish Embassy in Tbilisi and Polish Institute in Tbilisi. Okay, next slide. After we discussed cultural links, I think it's high time to talk about politics and bilateral cooperations. Foreign affairs priorities of Georgia and Poland coincide. Consequently, relations between our countries are developing in many fields. Poland is a great example of a successful transformation process, and as Georgians, we can learn a lot from Polish experience. Poland keeps sharing their experience and the good practice with us, and also Poland is one of the most vocal supporters of sovereignty and territorial integrity of Georgia, and as you can see on this photo, you can see all the European Eastern Partnership countries, and some of you might even know that Eastern Partnership was initiated by Poland and Sweden in 2009. So we could say that the fact that we have visa-free policy that lets us travel and explore Europe is one of the great advantages of our bilateral relations, and that thanks to Poland we can explore Europe. Also, during its political and economic transformation, Poland developed and Poland benefited from support provided by other countries and international institutions and organizations. And now Poland has itself become a development aid donor. You can see information about the Polish aid program on this slide. This program is coordinated by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Poland. And I'm emphasizing the fact because one of the Polish scholarships, the Banach program, is financed from the budget of Polish aid program. According to the priorities set out in the Development Cooperation Program in 2018, Poland's development cooperation for Georgia focused mainly on supporting initiatives in the field of good governance and human capital. And also Poland provided Georgia with help in the fields of support for crisis management, early education system, implementation of the regional development policy, support for Georgian tourism, support for system of disabled people, and even culture. Speaking of culture, I would like to talk to you about Polish culture, mainly Polish films, famous movies and Polish film directors. The man you see on the picture is Paweł Pawlikowski. His movie Ida won Academy Award for Foreign Language Film on the 23rd of February in 2015. And his most recent film, Cold War, also earned him the Best Director Award back in 2018 at Cannes Film Festival. I highly recommend the film because it was also it had its premiere in Georgia as well, so you can find this movie with English and Georgian subtitles. I would highly recommend this film. Speaking of Oscar, I would also like to present a Polish movie called The Cathedral, which was nominated for Academy Award for Best Animated Short Film. And it lasts only 6 minutes, but also we're really limited in time and I can't present this movie, but I highly recommend it. The thing is, Tomek Bagiński's movie was released back in 2002. And in 2002, he created a movie based on applications like 3D Max, and this movie features 3D graphics application, which was pretty unbelievable for 2002. I mean, it is impressive even now for us today, even though we have a lot of applications and have computer technologies and developed programs. And he created this movie back in 2002 when we all had limited access to all these applications, and they didn't give us as much possibilities as they do give us now. So I think this movie is definitely worth watching. Bagiński is also a creator of cinematics for the Witcher computer game. Many of my Georgian friends know this game, so the thing they don't know is that it is actually Polish. You might have heard of The Witcher, also a new brand Netflix series starring the one and only Henry Cavill. The Witcher is about struggles to find a place in a world where people often prove more wicked than beasts, and as you can see on the slides, The Witcher is also a Pole. Okay, next slide. Witcher is based on the books by a famous Polish writer Andrzej Sapkowski, who you can see on this slide. And now, speaking of Polish movies, I would like to talk about the movie based on real-life events, and a movie dedicated to an extraordinary man, Zbigniew Religa, a man with a heart in his hands. On this picture on the left corner, you can see a photo that has been chosen by National Geographic as the photo of the year in 1987. In this photo, you can see Dr. Zbigniew Religa, who is keeping watch on vital signs of his patient after a 23-hour long surgery. The interesting fact about this picture is that it presents the first successful heart transplant in the whole world, which was conducted in Poland by a Polish doctor, Zbigniew Religa. He also was the first surgeon to graft artificial heart valve created from the materials taken from human corpse. So if you're interested in medicine or science, I highly recommend the movie Bogowie, Gods, which is also directed by Paweł Pawlikowski. And in parallel of being a great scientist and a surgeon, Zbigniew Religa had also a successful political career because he was the member of Polish Parliament and also the Minister of Health. Okay. Speaking of other famous Poles, I'd like to mention the 3 people you see on the slide. First is Maria Skłodowska-Curie, and I decided to talk about her because when I studied at Georgian school, we often talked about her, but we always mentioned her as a French scientist. The thing is, she's not French, she's Polish. She was the first woman to win a Nobel Prize and win it twice in 2 different fields. And the element she discovered, polonium, is named after Poland, her native country, her homeland. On the right side, you can see Chopin. He clearly doesn't need a special introduction. I would just like to focus on the quote by Nietzsche, who said that he's Polish enough to give away all the music of the world in exchange for Chopin. His mother was a Pole, which is also unfortunately not so well-known fact in Georgia. And the interesting fact is every single day I go to my university and attend my classes, I pass by a building where he spent his childhood because his father was the professor of the University of Warsaw and the whole family lived at the University of Warsaw main campus. And also you can see Copernicus, the man who moved the Earth. The not popular fact about him is that last year was established a new Polish national holiday on his birthday. So at the 19th of February, we celebrate the Polish Science Day. Okay, so next slide. Apart from the science, of course, Poland has great education system. I would highly encourage you to consider Poland as your study destination. Why Poland, you might ask, and I would say that answer is pretty obvious and pretty logical. Polish universities are the places where modernity meets tradition. As some of you might know, the first Polish university, the Jagiellonian University of Kraków, was established in 1364. Also, as you can see on the slide, foreign students have a big variety of courses offered by Polish universities. We have 849 programs, and this number is constantly increasing. Also, thanks to its perfect geographical location, Poland is basically the heart of Europe and a gateway to the rest of the world. And I know that some of you might think that statistics are pretty boring, but I need to emphasize that according to ratings, the student satisfaction rate in Poland is higher than European Union's average. Also, Poland has the largest number of higher education institutions in the whole European Union, and currently it's about 450 public and private universities. On this slide, you can see the cost of living in Poland, and this slide perfectly represents another advantage of Polish educational system, which is ideal quality to price ratio. Poland is perfect for a student's budget, and compared to other European Union countries, it's pretty affordable. The tuition fees in Poland are really competitive, and the cost of living would be a fracture of what a foreign student had to pay in other European countries, which I think is also a really big advantage. We also have high standards, and quality of the education system provided is monitored and regularly evaluated by the Polish Accreditation Committee. And as you can see on the slide, which represents the number of foreign students in Poland from 2000 to 2015, the number of the students is constantly increasing, even though the pandemic. Also, you can see the information about Poland degree system on the slide. We have 3 degrees, bachelor, master, and doctoral. And thanks to European credit transfer system, so-called ECTS, Polish diplomas are recognized not only across Europe, but also around the world. Okay, next slide. Excuse me. So here I decided to discuss my Polish experience. I know that it seems extremely scary to leave your country and move to another country and start your studies at a foreign university, but I would like to say that Poland is definitely a challenge you need to accept, and you don't have to worry, you are never alone, and even though you don't speak Polish, it's not a big deal, because at the university you will meet extraordinary people, university staff members, and student self-government, which are really helpful and open and always provide you with the help you need. They also organize several events at the beginning of academic years, so-called adaptation days, where they tell you everything you need to know about studies in Poland. Also, they organize guided tours at the main campus and even free Polish language courses. At the main campus, you can also pay a visit to so-called welcome point, where the staff members will provide you with guidance. And even if they don't know all the answers to your questions, they will always help you find them. They will sit with you and they will look for all the answers and will redirect you to the organizations that will be able to help you. As I already mentioned, I study law and international relations. I'm also Polish National Agency for Academic Exchange, NAWAS scholarship holder, and I would highly recommend observing their webpage currently, because they're working on publishing detailed information on a renovated program Banach, and the citizens of Georgia and Armenia can receive the scholarship in frame of this program, so please try to be updated. I've also attended your year-long Polish language course in the Center of Polish Language and Polish Culture at the University of Warsaw, Polonicum Center. So if you don't speak Polish but you want to study in Polish, you have an option. You can come to Poland and spend 1 year learning Polish. But you can also start learning Polish in Georgia because several Polish organizations such as Polish Cultural Education Union, Polonia, and Polish School of St. Jadwiga offer Polish language courses. And you can also subscribe for Polish free Polish language course conducted by Polish Institute in Tbilisi. I'd also like to mention the program Lektorzy, which is conducted by Polish National Agency for Academic Exchange, NAWA. We send our Polish language teachers to about 80 countries in the world, and currently 2 of them are in Georgia. And they offer their courses at several universities, including in Caucasian International University, Ilia State University, and Gori State Teaching University. So you have to learn Polish. And if you would like to ask me why you should learn Polish, I would say because it's second most commonly spoken Slavic language, and because it's pretty challenging, which makes it even more interesting. And there's even this pretty popular meme on the internet which says, "I speak Polish, what's your superpower?" So if you want to obtain superpower, learn Polish. And of course, another great reason is that if you learn Polish, you will be given opportunity to study in Poland for free, because studies in Polish language are conducted, in Polish language are free of charge. Speaking of my studies, the thing I like about them the most is that I'm not limited. I have endless possibilities and everything is up to me. I make my own decisions. I choose subjects I want to learn. I choose and really have a great variety of subjects you can choose. You are never binded to your faculty. You can, for example, study at the Faculty of Political Science and attend additional courses at the Faculty of Economics. And the thing I like the most is the fact that studying in Poland is never only about reading books and attending classes. It's mainly about balance between your studies and extracurricular activities. And you can also focus on your personal development. You don't have to be focused on obtaining knowledge all the time, but you can also focus on gaining experience and practical knowledge. And if you're, for example, interested in social campaigns, you can visit the volunteer center of your university and engage in extraordinary projects and help those in need. If you are athletic, you can join your university's sports team. If you are artistic, you can take part in university's artistic week, which is held annually. Or you can submit your work to the university's magazine so other students can get to know you. If you want to develop your skills, you can ask Careers Office for help. They can give you great offers that will be matching your interests. And they can also conduct several interesting workshops for you on writing CV and motivation letter, and also give you a lot of useful tips on for your first job interview. And also we have so-called incubators that will help you develop your entrepreneurial skills and start your own business. Also, we have a lot of interesting students club. For example, I study international relations, and diplomacy is my great pleasure and my great passion. And I joined Foreign Affairs Club and Forum of Young Diplomats. So we organize meetings in 70 embassies in Poland annually. Also, I believe that ELSA, European Law Students Association, is not the organization that needs special introduction. One less known fact about this organization is that Poland was one of the 4 founding countries of it. So in conclusion, your possibilities are endless. It's everything up to you. So I highly recommend studying in Poland. It's a decision of my life I've never regretted. If you take this chance, you will be given opportunity to expand your horizons, get involved in something unique and special, and meet inspiring people. Eventually you become one. So in Poland, the possibilities are endless. So don't forget to take your chance. I hope you enjoyed my presentation. Thank you for your attention, and see you in Poland.
Thank you very much, Nina, for your kind words, for your very interesting presentation, and for actually explaining Polish culture to Georgian students, and for, I'm sure, explaining Georgian culture to Polish students and to international students in your international student community. You are a true example that it is possible to combine studies with a lot of different activities and being really an ambassador of the country all over the world. Thank you very much once again. It was a pleasure to welcome you here.
Thank you very much.
Well, we go on with our program, and I would like to draw your attention to the thing that I said at the very beginning, that As in many countries, Polish universities are divided into state and private ones, but private universities do not mean worse quality. They are Polish private universities are high-quality institutions that offer a wide range of unique education programs, very often double degrees, and they are the graduates are demanded at the job market. So now we're going to have a couple of presentations of private universities, and you will see that they belong to absolutely different fields of studies and they can really offer you a lot.
Even during such a hard times, we still were able to study.
What do you think about online teaching at Collegium Civitas?
There was no delay at all. It is very great because our exams are in time. We don't have to study during the summer break.
It's a great new experience that at some point expands our capability as a student as well.
I think it's great that a lot of courses were adapted well to the options that were given to us. I'm speaking about like Teams or Moodle.
It's definitely something new and unexpected, but I think it turned out great.
International
opportunities,
multicultural communication,
tolerance, engaged, great people,
the newest trends in higher education,
real excitement,
diversity,
tolerance,
international atmosphere,
high quality of education,
integrity,
inspiration, creativity.
From India,
Kazakhstan,
Zambia,
Belarus,
Spain,
China,
Nigeria,
Ukraine,
Indonesia,
Zimbabwe,
Mongolia,
Kenya, Germany,
Turkey, Pakistan,
USA,
Serbia,
Argentina,
England,
Poland.
Cool place.
The Graduate School for Social Research is an English language graduate school in Warsaw with an international faculty and an international student body. It's not a university. It's part of the Institute of Philosophy and Sociology of the Polish Academy of Sciences. This institute was created in 1956 and has a government rating of A+, putting it among the best academic institutions in Poland. In 2019, taking advantage of a new law, the graduate school joined forces with two more institutes of the Polish Academy of Sciences to form a doctoral school, adding the possibility to offer doctorates in psychology and political studies, as well as in the original philosophy and sociology. As a graduate school, the GSSR offers MA and PhD studies only. There are no undergraduate, no BA programs. Our MA program is offered in cooperation with Lancaster University, so students who finish the program successfully are awarded the MA degree by Lancaster University. Our PhD programs aim to be interdisciplinary, but our doctorates are awarded by one of the three institutes making up the doctoral school. All of our students receive a strong training in methodology. Our MA program is offered in three tracks: Society and Politics, Economy and Society, Culture, Media and Society, each focusing on a different aspect of sociology. The MA program lasts 12 months, running from October to October. It's divided into 3 teaching periods, and students are required to take 3 courses for credit in each teaching period, making a total of 9 courses for credit. An important part of your program, therefore, is the dissertation, and you're expected to finish writing your dissertation during the summer writing session. Fees are charged for the MA program. but we do accept applications for fee waivers, providing they come before the end of June. The full fee for the 12-month program is 10,000 Polish zlotys. It's also possible to study the program as a part-time student, but it costs slightly more, 7,000 Polish zlotys per year. That's a total of 14,000 Polish zlotys. Anybody can apply for the MA program provided they have a BA or its equivalent. Usually this is in the social sciences or humanities, but we do consider people from other backgrounds. After all, you get your degree for what you learn when you're with us, not for what you knew before you came. It's possible to apply when you're still in your final year of your BA program. Details of documents to be sent are given on our website, and admission is based on an essay and documentation of your academic qualifications and your research skills and your command of English. There is an interview in English. The PhD studies are in sociology, philosophy, political sciences, and psychology. And again, admission is possible while still in the last year of your previous degree, while you're still studying your MA. A full list of documents required for application is again given on our website. Your PhD proposal is followed by an interview, again in English. All accepted students receive a stipend. No student is charged fees. At the end of the second year, there is a review of your progress, and students going on to the third and fourth year receive a higher stipend. The PhD program is an individual study program. Together with your supervisor, you construct a plan of conferences, study abroad, and publications that you intend to write. You are only required to take 4 compulsory courses, and these are taken before the end of the second year. We also expect students to join a research group in one of the institutes making up the doctoral school, on experience of research projects, thereby gaining useful skills for their future careers. To start your studies in October 2021, the deadline for applications to the MA program is September the 27th. Deadline for applications to the PhD program is August the 6th. And full details of how to apply are given on the admissions page of our website. We look forward to reading your applications.
We've got some fresh new young talent doing some things that I know you haven't heard before.
1, 2, 3, listen.
what I'm talking about.
Wait! Okay, now, from the beginning.
Hit it, boys.
Smoking big cigars. I hope you're ready for what's coming now. I'm the one on the lady go bring it down. There's a joint on the corner where the big boys play, where the whiskey's running like the river, but they all never come for the booze and bass. I'm the one on the lady that'll rock this place. That'll rock this place. That'll rock this place. Rock this place. Rock this place. Rock this place.
Welcome back to studio. As you see, private universities in Poland have absolutely different profile, and they are both they can offer you different fields of studies, such as for instance diplomacy or humanities, or I don't know, sociology, for instance, or international relations, as well as IT, graphic design, and cultures of different countries. Well, we go on with our program, and in a moment I'm happy to welcome here in our studio Joanna Maraszek from Perspective Education Foundation.
Hi.
And hi, Asha, how are you today?
Great. Thank you for having me today.
Asha is going to tell us, to show us some very exciting, absolutely exciting things, because she will present a project that can really broaden your horizons, and especially if you are keen on technology and IT. And what is interesting, Georgia and Armenia belong to this project. So, Asha, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Julia. So I will ask for my presentation. So I'm here today to tell you about the Poland IT Hub, which is the best European destination for all people studying IT, ICT and technology. What I would like to tell you about is that Poland is the place and the heart where IT is growing very, very fast. And maybe you have heard about the Enigma machine, which is very, very important part of Polish IT history. So if you haven't, I strongly recommend you to dig inside the web, because it is such an inspirational story about Polish IT people from the time of World War II. However, if we are talking about Polish IT market, it is so important to say that The Witcher is the most recognizable Polish game, and I think you have ever played in this game. I hope you like it. The Witcher game is not only the things that was done by Polish programmers, but also the story is related to the Polish history, to Polish territory. So I hope that you will all enjoy the game. And if we are talking about The Witcher, I want to mention that the same company is also responsible for the very famous topic last time, the Cyberpunk 2077. So Poland is the hub of the gaming industry. And if we are talking about the Poland ICT people, I just wanted to mention that Poland, in the land of the ranking of HackerRank, is on the third position of the programists all over the world. So before us are only China and Russia. So if we are talking about the place where you want to pursue your IT career, Poland is definitely the place to do that. And also algorithms, Java, all in Python, we are very, very good. So this is the place when you can broaden your horizons. In Poland, we offer you 22 universities where you can study IT and ICT related studies. 22 universities, universities of technology, polytechnics, and also typical universities where you can find the computer science at the science itself. So if you want to study, it is a very good destination for all of you. And if we are talking about the career, so many worldwide known companies have its own R&D centers in Poland. For example, Ericsson has its biggest R&D center in Łódź and Krakow. Facebook, Google has its engineers in Poland, in Warsaw, sitting and creating things that we all use all over the world. I don't know whether you've heard, but many also pharmaceutical companies has also its R&D IT centers in Poland. So there are many opportunities to make a career in IT market. But what about the things that we can give you to expand your skills? If we are talking about our projects, I strongly recommend you to check the Perspektywy Women in Tech Summit. I hope that some of you have heard about it. So it was the summit 2 years and 3 years ago holding at Warsaw, but last year due to COVID pandemic, we were forced to do it online, but the online gave us the opportunity to grow really global. And the next summit is being planned to happen in spring 2022. So I know it's very distant time, but for all of you who are having dreams about ICT career, this is the place to find the best job opportunities, the best educational opportunities, and maybe to find network that will really boost your career. And I just want to mention a few words about the summit because this is also the thing that I'm here to tell you about. So you can meet there amazing speakers, amazing guests from all over the world, the highly level speakers. For example, on this picture, you can see the European Commissioner, Maria Gabriel, who is responsible for innovation in European Union. And also this is all hosted by Bianka Silińska, CEO of Perspektywy Educational Foundation. What more, many political guests, ambassadors, for example, US Ambassador to Poland, Georgette Mosbacher was with us. Her Excellency Leslie Scallon, the Ambassador of Canada to Poland, Belarus, was at the opening. So very magnificent guest. And I think this was the most exciting part of the event because we met online, but she was with us, Anna-Lee Fisher, the first mother in space. She was the first woman who have ever, after having her baby, go to space. So this is amazing story, and it's also available to watch her speech at YouTube at Perspektywy Women in Tech Summit. So if you are interested, I strongly recommend you to go there. Summit is a great opportunity to meet new people and also to have fun. So we had the virtual dance party at the Zoom. So 200 people from all over the world, from Eastern Europe, from Central Asia, from Mexico, from Africa, were dancing with us. So it was amazing moment. So Summit is big. It's such a huge event. And if you are loving IT and if you are in love with technology and want to do your career in STEM, this is the perfect place for you to be with us and to make an impact in your own community, because the inspiration that you will take will last long with you. And I hope that you will get the most of it. Last year, almost 9,000 participants from over 100 countries. And Summit is for you the best place for internship, for networking, for speakers, for for workshops. And if we are talking about internship, I have some great stories with you to share. For example, last year in 2019, so 2 years ago, there was a girl from Uzbekistan, and she was walking around Expo and chatting with companies. And was like this because of this content she summit in Warsaw in 2019. Such an inspiring story, many similar stories. So people from many different countries, not only from Poland, but from Eastern Europe, from Central Asia, from Caucasus, found their job. And I think personally that COVID pandemic is very bad thing that happened to us, but it has some positive sides. And for example, you can work online from every place that you are right now, and you can just apply and be there by sitting in your home, in your comfort shoes, and with your comfortable tea. So we have this special opportunity from Caucasus, from Armenia, Georgia, and for girls who are studying scholarships. And this scholarship will happen, of course, in year 2022. However, there's a long story that is happening right now. So in 2019, 30 girls from Georgia and Armenia came to Poland to make their first time at the summit, and it was amazing. So I hope that the next edition will bring all of your talent to this place to create this beautiful, magnificent event with us. So if we are talking about your participation, what we have for you is a scholarship. And how does the scholarship work? So we will cover the travel from Tbilisi or Yerevan to Warsaw and back. We will cover your accommodation cost in Warsaw and the summit ticket. So everything will be covered. All you need to do is to apply. The application form is pretty long, but you know, there are so many applicants from your country, so we want to make sure that we will choose the best one. So you really need to take your time to think about it and to write the best you can. And recommended faculties, because this is very important. So the scholarship is for girls who are studying computer science, IT, applied mathematics, electronics, telecommunications, cybersecurity, mechatronics, automatics and robotics, physics, nanoscience, and all specialties related to STEM, to technology, to ICT. So if you are studying IT, machine learning, or the faculties that are not listed on that list, but you think this faculty is so close to ICT, to computer science, just apply. So this is also the place for you. As I'm talking about the summit, I really feel like I miss it. And this lack of opportunity to meet with you last year is that, I am so waiting for the next year to see you all in Warsaw, because I hope that next year the COVID pandemic will be over. And requirements are important. So biometric passport, insurance, at least 18 years old, and studying faculties, as I told you. It is also necessary for you to speak English, because if you don't speak English, you won't take the most from the conference, because it is all in English talk. So this is the place for English speaking people. However, maybe you don't feel so confident with your English skills. Don't worry. We just need communicative skills. So if you communicate, if you understand what people are talking to you, it is enough. And at the end, I just want you can always contact us. So please write the ithub.pl email. And if you want to stay with us in touch, we strongly recommend you to visit our Facebook page, Perspektywy Women in Tech. Many events for girls, from women in ICT, IT, and let's stay in touch. So here's the QR code that you can scan, that you can check our Facebook page, and all information will be there. So if you want to make sure that you will remember about applying to the summit, it is all over 1 year to the summit, so please stay in touch with us, and we will keep you informed. At the end of the I say the best place to study IT, to make startups, to pursue your academic career, and to have fun with technology. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Joasha. As a participant of this event, as one of the organizers, in fact, I can absolutely confirm that this is an extremely inspiring event, and there is such a such an absolutely fantastic atmosphere and so many people from different countries. And our scholarship, our students from Georgia and Armenia were absolutely fantastic in 2019. Well, thank you very much. I hope that our
I still
participants...
miss it, you know. Like right now, I feel I really need to this summit one more time to get inspired. Thank you very much.
Hopefully in a year. Well, yeah. Thank you again. Thank you for your contribution to our event. And now that we are waiting for the connection with one more student, Katerina Hashuta from Collegium Civitas, from one of the private universities, in fact, that we had a chance to see, and you had a chance to visit at our expo area. We are going to take a look at one more presentation, and then we get back to the studio. We are back to the studio, and I'm happy to welcome one more guest, Katerina Hashuta. She's a student of Collegium Civitas in Warsaw. And welcome, Katerina.
Hello.
How are you today?
Good, thank you.
Thank you for joining us here. Well, just as a student of one of the universities in the capital of Poland, I wanted to ask about your impressions about the capital, about the city. What does it feel like to live in the capital of Poland?
It feels amazing, to be honest. When I first came to Warsaw, I was really surprised because I expected, I don't know, crowdy places with many people. But I don't know, Warsaw is pretty comfortable. It has well-developed public transport system because, well, my university, Collegium Civitas, is placed exactly in city center in a Palace of Culture and Science. So, well, I mean, it's really easy to get there from any place in Warsaw. Also, well, I don't know, I really like Warsaw. I've been living here for 3 years already, and it really feels like home for me. I know every street, I know where to go, like, I don't know, it has many museums also. So it's really easy to find place to visit during the weekends. Unfortunately now during the pandemic, but still, well, I would say that Warsaw is city of opportunities.
Well, I absolutely can confirm what you say, because in my opinion, compared to other capitals of different countries, Warsaw is a pretty comfortable place to live in, and it's not so crowded, and it is not so crazy as, for instance, much bigger cities. And was Poland your first choice when you were thinking about your studies, future studies at that time?
Yes. Because I study international relations, so I know that Warsaw is the capital of Poland, and many offices of international organizations, offices of non-governmental organizations are placed in Warsaw. So I knew it would be easier to find internship or to find work. So yeah, it was my first choice.
Yeah, sure. Capital has this privilege to be chosen by big companies very often. Well, and I see you are getting connected with us from the place where you live, correct?
Almost. I'm at work right now, so.
Oh, I see. But what about your studies? I mean, do you study online at the moment?
Yes, we have online classes right now.
And how does the university support you in the time of pandemic?
Well, it's works pretty well, and my university made like great job, because only after 1 week we were able to have online classes, because Collegium usually like doesn't provide online courses, so everything was fixed in 1 week, and we were able to have online classes. University prepared like trainings for teachers, because some of our professors, they're like, I don't know, maybe 60 plus. Well, I mean, they're like former ambassadors or something, so for them sometimes it's hard to work with all this equipment, but yeah, we didn't really have many issues. And well, I mean, I miss university, I miss seeing people, but online classes also gives more opportunities, for example, find an internship or something. And yeah, it's working pretty well for us now.
And what about getting in touch with other students, staying in touch with your foreign student community? Is it still possible?
Yes. Before I studied in Polish language, like I did my bachelor in Polish language, and now I study in English. So almost all my course mates, they came from abroad. I mean, I have course mates from Australia or from I'm not sure, from Canada, from countries in Africa. So some of them are in Poland, some of them stayed in their own countries because of the pandemic. We have like chats on Teams, so we are connected. Also, Collegium has buddy program for international students, and I'm actually the coordinator of the buddy program. So we try to support international students. All of them who applied to be participants of the programs, they get like buddy volunteer from our university, and this person helps with like any issues which could arise for like freshers. I mean, I don't know, accommodation, or where to buy ticket for public transport, or I don't know where to go if I wanna buy something, where to go if I have some issues in the university. I mean, who I can contact with some problems. Also, like before the pandemic, we organized many activities such as dinners. We went to different cities in Poland, for example. Now, unfortunately, it's not possible because of the restrictions, but we are trying to organize as many online events, interactive events as we can, like language tandems. We are working now on some new things, such as, I don't know, monthly, weekly meetings with, I don't know, different online quizzes or online games, just normal talkings, because, well, sometimes people feel lonely and they just, I don't know, need to talk with someone. So
Yes, such help is also very important these days. And I think for those who like came in 2019 and then suddenly found themselves like separated from their peers, from the people they know, from their families, sometimes probably, I think it is really very important.
Yes, I mean, we're doing our best to help international students with their adaptation, because I'm not Polish. I came to Poland from Ukraine, and for me, I would say the first months was the worst because I didn't know anybody, and also like I speak Polish, but for someone who's coming from abroad and Polish, it's not their like native language, or they don't speak Polish at all, it could be more complicated, but still I was scared to talk with anybody. And then I met new people, I met my course mates, I met new friends, and well, step by step, and it all became really good. And well, I had an amazing experience during my bachelor degree, and I'm doing masters. I'm continuing studying in Poland in Collegium.
Yeah, but you made it through. You studied in Polish, you now study in English, so everything is possible. And what would you say to a person who is choosing his or her future path, so to say, and is considering, is considering to study in Poland?
I would say don't be scared, just do it, because it's a new experience. Like studying abroad, it's always. It's scary, I would say, like really, but you just do, and you came to a new country, and I don't know, you just keep going, and in the end you have amazing memories, you have amazing friends, you have job experience, and yeah, it works. It works very well. I mean, it worked well for me. It worked perfect for my friends, for many of my friends. I've never heard that someone would be actually disappointed studying in Poland. Really,
it's very nice to hear it.
Not in my experience.
I see. This is very nice to hear it. Thank you very much for your kind words, and thank you very much for presenting your experience and for contributing to this event. This was Katerina Haszuta, a student of Collegium Civitas in the very center of Warsaw. And to show you the potential of private schools in Poland, we are getting back to 2 more presentations.
Wyższa Szkoła Ekonomii i Innowacji w Lublinie to największa uczelnia niepubliczna we wschodniej Polsce. Od 20 lat nieprzerwanie cieszy się uznaniem wśród studentów i wykładowców z Polski i wielu krajów świata. Jest liderem pod względem praktycznego przygotowywania studentów do wymogów rynku pracy. Jej prestiż i silną pozycję na akademickiej mapie Polski umacnia nowoczesne podejście do zarządzania i umiejętności przekazywania wiedzy, za co uczelnia otrzymuje liczne nagrody i wyróżnienia. Studentów w SEI kształci wyspecjalizowana kadra naukowców i praktyków, wykorzystując najnowsze technologie i aparaturę dostępne w nowoczesnych salach dydaktycznych i laboratoriach. Wyższa Szkoła Ekonomii i Innowacji w Lublinie prowadzi studia w języku polskim na 14 kierunkach, oferujących 55 specjalności. Na uczelni kształcą się studenci z 24 krajów świata, m.in. z Wielkiej Brytanii, Niemiec, Ukrainy, ale też tak odległych państw jak Kazachstan, Zimbabwe, Indie, Uzbekistan. Ponad 300 osób studiuje w języku angielskim na ekonomii, zarządzaniu, informatyce i pielęgniarstwie. W SEI jako jedyna uczelnia w Polsce kształci od 3 lat na pielęgniarstwie w języku angielskim. Obecnie na tym kierunku studiuje około 200 obcokrajowców. Uczelnia bierze udział w międzynarodowych projektach, międzynarodowej wymianie studentów i pracowników w ramach programu Erasmus+, prowadzi współpracę naukowo-badawczą z partnerami zagranicznymi. Przez 20 lat istnienia Wyższa Szkoła Ekonomii i Innowacji w Lublinie wyraźnie zaznaczyła swoje miejsce na akademickiej mapie Polski. Wykształciła ponad 36 tysięcy absolwentów. Jako jedna z pierwszych uczelni w Polsce postawiła na studia o profilu praktycznym, zapraszając do współtworzenia programów kierunków studiów pracodawców. Według statystyk od 95 do 97% jej absolwentów w ciągu roku od ukończenia studiów znajduje pracę, co plasuje w SEI na topie wszystkich polskich szkół wyższych. Jej wysokie oceny i prestiż podkreślają dodatkowo regularnie przyznawane medale, nagrody i certyfikaty. Uczelnia znajduje się w pierwszej dziesiątce spośród 200 uczelni niepublicznych w Polsce.
Podsumowując minione 20 lat, udało nam się zbudować stabilną, wiarygodną uczelnię wyższą. Największą wartością tej uczelni są ludzie. Pracownicy zdeterminowani na osiągnięcie sukcesu, ambitni, pracowici, którzy dążą do określonych celów. Oczywiście nie możemy zapomnieć również i o studentach, którzy wybierając Wyższą Szkołę Ekonomii i Innowacji wybierają określoną ścieżkę kariery zawodowej, a w przyszłości i naukowej. Mam nadzieję, że w przyszłości uda nam się zrealizować nasze cele naukowe do uzyskania wyższego statusu i ugruntowania tej uczelni na rynku szkolnictwa wyższego.
Is there a vision of a future career dancing in your head? As the proverb says, knowledge is the key. To gain knowledge, we attend universities. But universities are not just buildings, classrooms, and equipment. Universities are communities made of people learning from one another to achieve more. Vincent Paul University in Lublin is such a community, bringing students from 57 countries together. At VPU, we care about building something greater than ourselves, fostering relationships, making new friends, self-expression, and searching for the truth. It is not always about being the best, but to find your path, seek out experiences, and learn from the best. At VPU, we are ready to prepare you for the challenges posed by the contemporary world. To give you a head start at your future successful career, we are offering 8 degrees to choose from. Nursing, physiotherapy, beauty science, sports science, tourism and hospitality, international business management, computer science, English philology. With us, you are not only receiving an education, but something even greater: wisdom and experience. Choose your own path. Come and study with us today. Study with the whole world at Vincent Paul University in Lublin, Poland.
We are back to the studio, and this is what you saw was actually the different offers of private higher education establishments in Poland. You see they have absolutely different profiles. They have a lot to offer, and of course you can choose from the whole offer of Polish education system. We still have a couple of minutes for the expo area, so if you haven't done it yet, you are welcome to visit the booths of the universities that are participating in the fair. There are over 30 universities, and you can download their materials, ask them questions, and just get to know how to get recruited to a Polish university and come to study in Poland. Well, I hope you liked our event. In a week, we are going to have an event dedicated to Central Asian countries. Thank you for being with us today. Come and study in Poland.